Hello, you guys. Hello to all of my saucers and saucettes. Hello, hello. Welcome to Carol's Daily Sauce. I decided to, goodness, it's so gloomy out. Plus, I have that up so close to me. I look a little 3D. Here I am again, once again, y'all, with my little nappy on. But I am going to probably wait and see how many people are going to come into this bad boy, come into the live. I'm just setting up some things right now. Let's see, where's that at? Okay, cancel. Come on in, y'all. Come on in and let me speak to y'all, beautiful people. I'm trying to get this lighting right. This lighting is not, excuse me, not right. I should have left it on what it was in the first place. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Save highlight. Okay, I don't know what all that is. Y'all, come on in this live because I'm not going to be on long. I've got to get off in a little bit and go and do some cooking. I am going to be making meatloaf, green beans, and mashed potatoes. And I know some of you guys may say, well, it's a little late to be cooking. But not for me. I am one of those fast cooks. Well, what in the world is going on, y'all? Come on in here. Come on in here and don't be sitting up in the bushes. Come on, y'all, let's have us a good little chit chat. Hello to whomever it is that came into the live. Thank you, Kale. Did you get that? I sent it to you a little earlier because once I got off that phone, there we go, that's better. I done cut off my little forehead. Bear with me, Kale. Okay. Once I got off the phone, not off the phone, but off your live last night, child, I did a few more of those little gems, and then I just decided I'm gonna go to bed. But I did make sure that when I got up this morning and got to move around, I said, Lord, let me get this for Kale because I don't want her to think that I have forgotten about her. But I just wanted to, oh my goodness, you got your hands tied with glitter. You know what? I love glitter. I used to have this saying on my MySpace page back in the day that when I was born with glitter all over me. Girl, I love anything sparkly and shiny. And most women do. Most women do. I just wanted to come on here and see how you guys were doing in the midst of all this stuff. I actually, you know what? I think I probably need to turn on my light. Hold on, let me get up. I think I'm gonna get up and turn on the light. Yeah, if I was sitting up here and I was like, that's better. It's like, it's kind of dark. But welcome to whomever it is. Y'all go ahead and say hi. I always put these doggone bubbles on here. And hey, Trina, welcome, my dear. Y'all, I have just been, y'all know what? Look, I know y'all can see that. That is my magnetic eyelash. And what I tried to do, I was playing with makeup. And what I decided I was going to do was put some glitter on my eyes. Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for coming in. I'm trying to, okay, let me get these bubbles off here. See, if I do the bubbles, you see how dark it got? That's why I got them bubbles on there. I don't know why it's so dark. Y'all let me know who all is in here so I can, you know what? I love the bubbles too. Hey there, girly, how are you? And it's Kareen, I believe it is. Kareen, it's so good to see you. I love the bubbles. Y'all, if this eyelash don't settle down, these are my little magnetic eyelashes that I did a video on. And I want you guys to know they're really, really easy to use. The only problem I do have with them is I always do. Thank you. Good to see you guys too. I always do extra, and when I did my little eye look, I put some glitter on it, and I think when I put the glitter on it, the glitter has caused the eyelash to pull away from my lid, because the way they work is the eyeliner that company who I bought these from supply, the eyeliner that they supply you with actually works with their lashes. What I did want to say was, if you have a allergy like I do, a latex allergy, you probably don't want to do these eyelashes, because I found, y'all, this eyelash drive me crazy. I'm about to take it off. It's off, y'all. I can't do it. So I don't look crazy, I'm taking out the other one. Sure did. Sorry, y'all. Had to do it. So y'all finna see Carol without no lashes, but the ones I was born with. But anyway, with those lashes, you have to use, hey Shanique, you have to use the, thank you. You have to use the, look y'all, Kale, this is another one. You have to use the eyeliner that was supplied with it, because if you don't, it won't adhere. The only problem I have, what's wrong, baby? The only problem I have is with eyelash glues. I have a allergic reaction to the latex. Yeah, order it. I should open this up and just let y'all see. I think I will. Give us something to talk about. So I was in Kale's live the other day, and I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but I am the type of person where I have to always be doing something. The only time I am literally sitting still, not doing anything, is if I'm injured or sick, for real. That's it. I mean, even if I'm in the house, I'm funny. Why I'm funny? Why? Because I took them lashes off. Girl, why? I ain't worried about them lashes. No, seriously. Or if you're saying that about me being, seriously, I'm not one who just sits stagnant. I have to be doing something. You know, these hands have to be moving. And, oh, girl, I am real. You know that, girl. You know I do not, I give it to you 100%. That thing was sitting up there like this, away from my eye. Because what's going to end up happening, I'm going to be doing this the whole live, talking about, y'all, this eyelash. No, we're going to go ahead and just set them over there. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you finally caught me. But I have just been so bored, as well as I'm sure all of you guys have. I don't know if you guys are working. I don't know who does. I know some people who don't work, such as myself, but I do know some who do work. And so you have your job that you do outside of your home, where you're probably working in your home now. And then you have children, Shanique, which is definitely a job, my dear. And then you have, if you have a husband, that's work. So we all work up in here. If you got kids, you working. So we all of us are employed. All of us in this chat are employed. So with that being said, I became bored, because in the city that I live in now, I don't know it too well. It's where, hi Carolyn, everyone in the chat, blessings to you all. Thank you, Darlene. Same to you. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. But I've been finding myself kind of not necessarily not having much to do. If you guys can see, I've even got bags under my eyes. We were talking about that in Kale's live on last night. And Kale, you guys, her channel is, if it ain't cheap, I ain't buying it. We have Shanique Stream in here. And I think that's the only two content creators. But get to know one another. And I know a lot of you guys do know one another, because I can hear you guys Well, I can't hear you, but I can see you speaking to one another. But during this time, I have been very, very bored. So what I had to do is I had to find something to do. Now, y'all know I am not going to spend a lot of my time on reaction videos. If it ain't cheap, I ain't buying it, girl. I didn't even know that was you. Yeah, kale. Whenever I say kale, I am referring to if it ain't cheap, I am buying it. There is a Kale's, and hers is sofa time with kale, but I call Kale's, but I call her Kale's. But when I say kale, that's my girl. Not to say sofa time with Kale's ain't my girl, but Kel, Kale. Her name is Raquel. Um, that's my girl. I love her. She's so. I love all y'all though. I love Darlene and Latricia and Trina and Corrine and Shanique and all y'all that's in here. I appreciate each and every one, all 8 of you. I do appreciate you. But lately, you ain't confused. You just didn't know. No, you can. Okay, remember. Okay, everybody in here knows Kale. Kale's, Quelz. She is a reaction. She's a reactor. She does reaction videos. Oh, thank you. She does reaction videos. Her name is Kale's with a Z. Kale, that I refer to quite often, is if it ain't cheap, I ain't buying it. My very talented sister. She does so much stuff, y'all. Kale is, she does tablescapes, I'm sorry. But she has started recently making food, not real food, but fake cakes and pies that look like cakes and pies. So she's just very talented. But she and I were talking in her live, and I wasn't going to share this, but I ain't sharing what I have, the other one that I shared with Kale. I ain't sharing that one. But I am going to share something. I just got this. Y'all know me and that Prime. Uh-oh, I might have to call my husband. Let me tell you guys what's been happening. So it's getting cold. Well, it's not getting cold, but it's been cold lately. So because it's been cold, my Arthur, the only other man I let in my bed, Arthur, other than Jax, has been getting in there, and he's gotten into this finger. And let me tell you something. This finger right here, this one right here. Yeah, you take a look at her channel. You'll be, or even her Instagram. She's talented. So this finger has been having a lot of problems with inflammation. And I think the reason the reason I've been having a lot of problems with inflammation is because I've been using it. Her website is coming soon too, so be on the lookout for that. So what I did is whenever it starts to get cold, if you have arthritis, it affects you. I had to go through therapy, physical therapy, a couple of years ago for this thumb right here because I had trigger finger. No, I wasn't pulling no nines and none of that. But I guess from just using it, when we do our texting on the phone and all that, I've had to literally, you guys, had to go through therapy, physical therapy for my fingers from using it. But I haven't been using this one. Now when I text, I do this with this finger, and this finger is fine. I'm serious, Darlene, I have. So, but this one, it's hurting. It was, the pain shot all the way down here last week. So I need to take it easy. But it's because I am doing, and literally, I can't open anything. I can't, it's all bad. But I do want to share something with you guys. If you guys have been bored like I have, I started doing diamond. Okay, so it's called diamond painting. Are y'all familiar with diamond painting? Diamond painting is, oh gosh, this thing hurts. Where my other one at? They tripping. They only sent me one. I don't want to show y'all this one. Okay, it's cute, but It's not going to give you guys any justice. Anyway, if you are familiar with embroidery, you know how they used to, the little young kids and the grandmothers used to take embroidery and they would do the stitching. You know, you go one this way and one that way and one this way and one that, and you just continue to do that until you made yourself a nice little pattern. Well, now they have these where you can do it with diamonds, okay? And they're not diamonds, they're just gems, but it's something that's really good for you if your mind is all over the place like mine usually is. And it comes, I'm gonna show y'all. It comes like, this thing looks so ugly. I'm gonna show y'all though. So this is what it looks like, okay? Oh, it don't look so bad. Y'all see the, oh, it looks good when I come back. Okay, so y'all see that? It's like a beach scene. It has palm trees right there, the sunset. All right, so you see that. That wasn't so bad. It even has the water. But in addition to that, you get a little, this is what I've been doing in my free time. You get a little tool, which is a little tool right here. You get a little wax, and this is where you put your gems at. Then they send you all these gems, y'all. You know what, Kale? Check it out, because I'm telling you, I'm just going to share it with you guys. I have found beautiful, beautiful black art. I have found, if you like fruits, like say you wanted to put one in your kitchen, you can do it. I found, I'm not going to show you guys the one that I'm actually working on right now. When I finish with it, you'll see it in the background in my room when I do my lives. It's beautiful. Kale knows. It's gorgeous. I'm not even going to show you guys. I'm going to wait until it's completed. And at the rate I'm going, I'll probably have it completed by the end of this week, and then I'll share it with you guys. But if you have time and this types of thing interests you, go on Amazon, because you can find a lot. But what really gets me is you get all of these jewels, and they come in little packets. I love the way they package this. I'm ordering mine's Monday. What look pretty outside? Hey, Ashley. Hey. So I want to show you guys this. And really, the reason I'm sharing is because it's really, really, really affordable too. I mean, if you're on a, if you're on a budget, which I should be on, you can get these little things for a little of nothing. But they send you all of the little gems. Y'all see the little colored gems inside there? They send you all of those, and it's called Diamond by Number. So basically, you have this cute little thingy bopper here, and on the side here, where your color is, it tells you what gem to put in it. So that's what I've been doing in my free time. And I should have had, actually, this was supposed to be delivered actually tomorrow, but they delivered it today. But I have another one, because at the time that I ordered this one, when I ordered this one, I ordered another one. Yeah, you know what? It's really, really, uh-oh, look at me putting stuff up the wrong way. It's really, really good if, because like I said, I have these hands right here, girl, they got to be moving. I very seldom sit up and watch TV and just watch TV. Actually, lately, I've been watching TV and doing this because, girl, I be all over the place. All over. I mean, really all over. So that's what I've been doing. And like I said, toward the end of the week, I will be sharing with you all, the final product. At first, I was like, nah, girl, please, you can go right on Amazon and get them. And I don't know, you guys might, it can be something if you wanted to do something for someone and you didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money. It would take time. Like, I have a girlfriend that actually lives here, and I've actually done a video on her. She always, y'all, when I say always, she always sends me something for my birthday. She always sends my husband something for his birthday. She always sends us something for our anniversary, always for Christmas. And so I will be doing one of these. She doesn't look at YouTube that much. I will be doing one of these for her. But the one I'm going to show you guys at the end of the week, I promise you, the majority of you guys are going, if you think this one is pretty, you're going to fall in love with that one, because that one is all about us. So, what y'all want to talk about? I said, I'm going to get on there because I had told Kale that I was going to do a live today, and I didn't really have anything to talk about other than just, everyday life and what everybody is doing. I know that mostly all of the states have been issued. Are there any states that we know of that have not been issued stay-in-place orders? It's Florida. Ashley, is Florida, have they issued a stay-in-place yet for Florida? But that's all I've been doing, because you guys, honestly and truly, the only time, I actually went out of the house have been going out of the house is doctor and grocery store. That's it. Ain't nothing else open. I even did my fingernails, and I did a dip, and I hate it. First of all, it's dark. It feels thick to me. I don't like it. So I really can't. It's really sad that once you don't have the things that you think that you need, it kind of makes life be a little difficult for you. Actually, when we went to Fairfield, and we were down there, and I, went to the grocery store and got some things. And I literally went to 3 different nail salons, because, you can see at the nail salon place that they have those little LED lights that say open. Drove up there, and all 3 of them said open, but they were closed. And I'm like, oh Lord, now I have to do my nails myself. And it's really bad because this finger is hurting. So I just did a little something. They look a hot mess. In person, they might not look so bad from far behind, but in person, they look a whole entire mess. They really do. They look a mess. Really? You know what? Let me tell you something. That's interesting, Trina. I don't know if you guys seen that. Trina said that her doctor's office is closed and that she has got to meet with her pain management on FaceTime. Now, I had spoke to a couple of people, and they were saying that, matter of fact, this one girl I spoke to on last Friday, she has been having a lot of problems with her stomach. And she said, and I'm sure she don't mind me, she not in the lie, I didn't say her name. She's having problems with bloating, having problems with a lot of gas, and just uncomfortableness, because, y'all know, gas and bloating ain't cool. So anyway, she has been having, and she's been having a lot of problems with this for the last couple of months, right? So anyway, the doctors have just basically told her that the last couple of months, they told her that she needs to up her fiber intake. So she upped her fiber intake, but it didn't change anything. Still the bloating and the gas. So I think what they did is they decided that they were going to do I always say it wrong. Y'all can correct me. I don't know everything. Endoscopy, where they put the tube down your throat and they look into your stomach. I had it done before. And she said that they were going to do that, and they had scheduled. Well, when everything happened with this corona thing, she got a call and they canceled it and told her that the only people that will be coming into the office are those who are gravely ill. Why would you want somebody coming into the office with corona symptoms? That don't make sense. So they eventually ended up closing down her doctor's office. So she told me she went to the doctor last week, and it wasn't for her stomach. She went to the doctor last week because she was having a lot of uncomfortableness with her stomach, but she's asthmatic, and she was coughing. And she was like, I don't want this to be going from a cold to corona. You know what I mean? Which was smart, in my opinion. This woman said, this is here in California, endoscopy, that's right. She said that she came down here. She said when she came down here and went to the doctors did not even let her, the hospital didn't even let her into the doctor. She had to remain in her car. And when she remained in her car, they did her triage and everything right there at the car. So basically, the only people that are really being, I don't want to say taken care of, because I don't want to take anything from, excuse me, from first responders, from doctors, from nurses. I would never, because we need them. Lord have mercy, Jesus. We need them. But from what I can understand, they basically are honestly and truly not allowing people, if it's not emergent in the sense of, it took my brother-in-law. I know. Yes, it takes weeks to get results. It does. But when she was sitting out there in the car and they triaged her and the nurse seen her and everything, and the nurse said, well, you don't have a fever. They have a 5-minute test, and girl, they popping the 5-minute tests. The tests are popping up any and everywhere. Oh, y'all, I gotta get up close so y'all can see this. I got these darn bubbles, but I hope y'all can see this look. This eye look that I have, I can't even see it. There we go. That eye look I have, it's by my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. And I got my little pink. I told you guys the last time in a live that my lipstick was called Catsuit. No, it's not. It's Wet n Wild matte lipstick called Oh My Dolly. And I love it because you can touch it and it don't get on your fingers. And it's not dry. But what I tried to do was pull up my pink from out of my Oh My Dolly and put it on my eye. But so that's that. But so I guess my question to all of the health professionals is, so basically, if we don't have corona, we can't be seen in the doctor? Is that what you're saying? We can't come to the doctor if we don't have corona, because they don't let you in the hospital unless you have the symptoms. And then when you have the symptoms, you taken to a whole nother place. Y'all know that. You taken to a whole nother place. I know of someone who ended up having to go to the hospital, and they were in a room with other people who had like symptoms with a big old fan blowing, just spreading all the yuck everywhere. So I ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, I seen this lady on Facebook, somebody that I know, not personally, but that I've been in communication with for years, actually, on Facebook. And she's making the masks that you actually can use and reuse, and put in the washer and dryer, and then reuse it, and put, you know what I'm saying, reusable. And I ordered one for my husband and for myself. And then, you know how, y'all know I call the devil the enemy, right? You know how he is. Staying home isn't getting scary, worried about my mom. I'm sure. I know you are, Kale. I'm going to pray for her, because it's crazy. And honestly and truly, if you don't have to go to work, if you don't have to go to work, if you don't have to go out, don't go out. Y'all, people be coughing. Me and Kale were talking in her live. She say folks was coughing all up in the store she was in, and somebody was doing that too. But the good thing about Kale's stores, I don't know if y'all stores have this, she said a lot, I can't get to New Jersey, me and my brother. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Kale, you don't have like any other family or anybody that you can send to see about her? That's not good. Ooh, that would worry me too. Thank God my mother stays with my older sister in Georgia. So I do. Oh, you gonna break my heart. I'm a crybaby, Kel. Don't do that. I know she is scared. I'd be scared by myself during this time. Oh, your older brother and sister. That's good. That's good. And hopefully they're going and checking on her on a regular. I'm just very thankful. But everyone is on lockdown. But I will tell you this much though, Kale. Even though they're on lockdown, if they tell she's 70, she needs somebody. Oh, bless her heart, turning 70 on tomorrow. Or next Monday. Is it tomorrow or next Monday? Happy birthday, Mama, whenever it is. I'm thankful that we're here with my mother-in-law because she does have breathing difficulties, and I'm just thankful that she doesn't have to keep going out. You know what I mean? And that my husband actually has been the one going out for all of us. The only two. Oh, tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday to her. Um, it is. It's really. You know what? I'm gonna just be real honest with you guys. As brave as I am, as a person, this has been really scary to me because I'm real sensitive. Because I pray so much. I'm really sensitive to my surroundings and sensitive to just the things of the world, right? And because of that, I just notice a difference in everything and everybody. Dogs, cats, it ain't the same. Everything is just like, shh. I mean, it's so quiet, you know? And that could be because of all of the restrictions that they're placing on people to stay in place. Hey, there go the Kales right there. There go the QUELZ. There go the Sofa Times with Kales. Hey, baby doll, we were talking about you, but not here. It's been a while. It has been a while. Welcome, my dear. We were talking about you, but not in a bad way. All we were saying is that you are Kales with the QUELZ, and we have another Kale that's KEL. So, welcome, my dear. And honey, you Miss Sofa Time with Kales. You've been on them. I was looking at your videos earlier, and I was like, okay, Miss Kales, and hair and makeup looking all good and stuff, coming all in front of the camera looking all seductive. But welcome, I'm so glad. I know you, Raquel. I know you is. We know that, Missy. No, you're not Raquel. If it ain't cheap, I ain't buying it. That's who you are. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so y'all, it's just, I mean, we have said it to one another on more than one occasion. Just take care of your family and your folks. Try to stay in as much as possible. I know that a lot of companies, I mean, it's sad. You guys, I was reading, because I read a lot too. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Welcome, my dear. I read a lot, and I find out a lot of what's going on by my phone or on the TV or whatever. And I was reading the other day about unemployment. Oh, millions and millions of people are on unemployment now as a result of what's going on. The only good thing about that is that on top of what is usually the max, I think $600 a week. Now, this is what I read. I can stand to be corrected, y'all. They're allowing them to get another $600, and then yes, indeed, I think I should apply. If you're not working, yeah, you really should. Yes, ma'am. You know what I was telling I think it was my husband last week. I was like, could you imagine all of the single parents And when I say single parents, look, you know what? I wish I was right there with you because I would whoop you. Talking about what you could get one. Girl, you a mess. All of the single parents who are out there who are being told you can come to work, but you can't. My contract is up this winter with my job. Oh, I hope it is too. I hope it is still available. It will be in the name of Jesus. You know what? This is going to pass. It is. This is just a situation that we're in. And you know what I thought was so crazy last week? Last week, President Trump, because I need to stop calling him Trump. That's not his last name. President Trump was saying something that just made my skin crawl. He said, we're looking and hoping that this thing will end by Easter Sunday. And I'm like, what? You got some kids that are out of school already. See, that kind of make me think, did y'all have something to do with this? How can you control when it's going to end? And y'all, I remember I did a video about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and I was talking about how, yeah, real crazy. I was talking about how, honestly and truly, I thought that it was going to be something that came and something that went. I thought it was going to be just an epidemic. That's what I thought. All of a sudden, first, I think the first place on lockdown, I think, was California. I think they tested it out with us. And let me tell you, if you look at videos, told my sister, don't send my niece back. I wouldn't. I would not. I mean, I don't have any children that are of school age anyway right now, but I wouldn't send my kids back if I had young children, unless you absolutely. They sent her back? What you mean, Carol? What you say? You said they did, Carol. What'd they do? I don't, this thing, it's ugly. It's very, very ugly. And then now I'm almost considering going back vegetarian or vegan, because what y'all putting in meat? What are y'all doing? Then that's what I was going to tell you guys. The lady that I got my son, oh, that's horrible. My son is a senior. Now what you said. Oh, no, what you said, testing. Okay, Uh-oh, I missed that Texas. I think it was Sofa with Kale, Sofa Time with Kales. I missed yours. Let me tell you something, Latricia, and y'all too, but I'm just going by what I just seen. I was in school up until college. School is done. It's going to be like that, Trina, for everybody. It really is. I'm here to tell you, they're not going back to school. I doubt it. Because you know what? People will say May the 1st, and then the next thing you know, a couple of days, they say the end of May. Because if you think about it, and then I'm going to get back to what I was saying to you, Latricia. If you think about it, the germs could be anywhere in them schools. Anywhere. Now, I feel so bad for the seniors. I really, really do. Because guess what? They can't get their prom back. Granted, in a couple of months, they can do a prom for them, but it won't be the same. They can have some, they can't even walk the stage because of the large crowds. But I wanted to tell you guys this. I was going to school, in college, online. And I had an issue where I had an overabundance of fees that financial aid had not applied my form to. So when it came time for me to go to school, it is sad for them, but safer at home. Oh, no graduation. Yeah, that's sad. And they can never get that back. No matter, they could redo it. Yeah, I wouldn't send mine. Of course he wanted to walk. Yes, indeed. After 12 years of being told to get your butt up out the bed and go to school, yes, ma'am, he did. And that's an accomplishment. So I can understand that. Bless his heart. I feel so sorry for all of them. But I was telling my sister on the phone, I was like, when I decided to sit out this semester, I was thinking the other day, right? Oh, hold on, Kels. I'm gonna get to that in a few minutes because I'm gonna get to that in a few minutes. So, a lot of germs at school. That's right. That's right, Kel. There are. People will send their kids to school quick with a snotty nose. So, I didn't go back this semester. But you know what, y'all? Do you guys know that had I went back to school this semester, I would have graduated in June? So I was sitting up one day and I was praying. And after I prayed, I got to thinking and I was like, do you know I know how bad I would have felt going back to school, and June, I would have graduated at the time I was supposed to. But I'm thankful to God that I got the break because I was able to do a lot of things. But I feel for the seniors. I really, really do. I feel for the seniors. But I thank God that he sheltered me and put put a little something in there where I didn't even have to go back and this happens. But I feel so bad for the seniors because I know even as old as I am, I even as old as I am, I still remember the feeling I had as a senior. It's none like it. It's an accomplishment. So, Sofa Time with Kel said, well, what do they do with the funerals? Okay. We've had some in our family recently. And actually, they're not supposed to have more than 10 people. However, they do, most of the time they do. It's just some things they're not going to be able to stop. It's just like my husband and I this morning were watching YouTube videos. And what we did is we stopped going to church into the buildings around this time. I'm not doing it. But I have been going to the grocery store. But I'm a mask. But I done lost my train of thought, my crazy self. Okay, so we was watching videos, right? Watching the church on the videos. And we were looking at our old church. And the people were sitting in the seats and they had 6 feet distance in them. There were more than 10 people because here in the state of California, you have to keep a 6 feet distance and gatherings can be no more than 10 people. I've been trying to tell my mom I have church at home. She need to have church at home. But you know what? Sometimes our parents or those that are older than us, it's not the same for them. And I understand and can respect that. I can. I definitely can. But you know what? I got mine today right there on that bed. Sure did. I don't know if you guys know this. Oh my goodness. His name is Jenkins and his church is Glen Arden First Baptist Church of Glen Arden, or Glen Arden First Baptist Church. And it's a Baptist church. I am from Pentecostal Holiness. So, and not actually non-denominational, but I was at a Pentecostal Holiness church, and I love his ministering. It was really, really good today. I'm getting it. I'm getting it at home because I don't want to cough on you, and I don't want you coughing on me. Much love to you, but I don't want it. And what's really hard for me, you're Baptist, honey, I tell you, that pastor has completely changed my thought and my mind of Baptist. Honey, that's where I come from. It's non-denominational. Yeah. But he has completely changed my mind over it. He had a beautiful message today. And I received it really good, took my shower. And then, like I was telling my husband, my buddy old pal, my friend, my boo, I took away what I took away from it, and then I shared it with him, and we had 2 different ways that we took away the message. But that's how it is. God deals with each and every one of us individually What you get and how you apply it to you and how you work with it is the way that God wants it to work for you. So that was really, really good. But I just want this thing to get up out of here. I want this thing to get up out of here. I don't like it. I don't like going to the store and looking for eggs and you be like, well, where they at? Where the toilet paper? But they are stocking the shelves now. I think what happened with the people when this first came out, panicking because they didn't know what to expect, you know. But now you can literally go out and get toilet paper and you know, the supplies and stuff that you need. I apologize, you guys. My allergies are You hear that old scratchy man sounding voice? Yeah, that's from my allergies. And I was also going to say my nose has been running, but I feel great. I feel absolutely wonderful. So yes, I went to Target for Lysol, some wipes and toilet paper, and it was well. That's good. That's good because you know what? The only are they still big? Oh, wow. Yeah. What I found is that a lot. What I found is that Walmart's are pretty bare. I actually went to Walmart on last week and I was looking for the disinfectant spray. Excuse me. And I was like, well, shoot, ain't no more here. And the guy pulled the you know, he was putting the stuff on the shelf. So they're getting back. But I will tell you a little secret, which you probably already know, but I'm just going to share it with you. Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, those little mom and pop dollar stores. What we found is when we couldn't find bleach, because I'm a bleach fanatic, when we couldn't find bleach, when we couldn't find toilet paper, paper towels, and those types of things that we needed, the one place that we were able to find them was at the little Mexican dollar stores. They do have them. So you might want to look there. But for the most part, just do any and everything that you can to take care of you, your babies, whether they little bitty babies, because my babies are in their third. Well, I got four, but I got two that's almost in their 30s, and well, one in the 30, one that is 30, one that's 28, and then I got some young ones that's in their 20s, and they're still my babies, all four of them. But just love on them babies, and make sure that they know that they're, yep, same here, the corner gas station. Yeah, it's the places where people don't, first of all, I don't understand the panic. I mean, I don't understand the panic. I mean, granted, when I lived in Virginia, we had, what was that, hurricane, was it Hurricane Isabel? It was Hurricane Isabel. It was in the early 2000s. Y'all should have seen them, people. We were on lockdown, and we weren't on lockdown, an ordered lockdown, but you couldn't go nowhere. Stores were shut. Gas stations, I remember waiting in a gas station an hour and a half to get gas. So I mean, people get into a panic, you know, when things are going on, and I can understand it. It's in our nature, but leave some for other folks. You know what I'm saying? Share. Oh yeah, honey, go to that grandbaby. Make sure you come back, Kel. But yeah, y'all, these are some very, very, very trying times, and that's why I said I'm gonna get on here and talk to my peeps and let them know that it's gonna pass. This is just something that we're going through, you know, growing through, as I always say. And if in fact you are going to work, just make sure that you are doing everything that you can to wash them hands, cover your mouth. Now, let me tell you guys, y'all gonna laugh. I love Ricky Smiley. He is so funny. So we were looking at his show on YouTube, and he had a young doctor, a young black doctor, and it doesn't matter what color the doctor is, but he made a reference to saying she was a young black doctor. And what she did is she was telling people about some of the things that they can do as far as okay, it's gonna pass, Darlene. Ricky Smiley plays out here in Houston. I want to see Ricky Smiley so much. Kels, you coming here? You're moving back? But when I was looking at his show, she was saying that when we go out, because there's a shortage on the mask and things of that nature, that wrap your face up with your scarves. You know how we have those infinity scarves, or those scarves that you just wrap around your neck? Wrap your mouth up with that. Because guess what? A lot, no, just to visit, gotta check. Oh, okay. I can tell you this much, Kale. Not Kale, Kels. I can tell you this much. They're probably doing really well. Girl, they're probably doing real well, because guess what? It is quiet. It's so quiet here. I don't know if you guys seen on the news, they had Oakland, San Francisco, and some of the Bay Area. The Bay Area is always popping. Always. Not now. I have a sister that I used to go to church with. She drives I guess the Muni or something like that. Nobody gets on the bus. My younger son told me he can get on and sometimes be the only one on the bus because people are scared. People are living in fear for their lives. And I don't want us to be in fear for our lives. It is a scary time. It is, because it's more or less fear of the unknown. That's the way I look at it. But don't live in fear. Drives Bart. Ooh, hunty. See, and those are some brave people. Because I'll be like, Bart, they won't be getting nowhere. Them people are special when they come on here a lot of times. I know I have a girlfriend, the one I was telling you guys about, that always blesses me and my husband with gifts and stuff. She also has breathing problems. And she went to work last week and came home. And when she works in the Bay Area. And when she got home, she had a message on her answering service. Her doctor had told her, come down here, or do you want me to fax this letter? She didn't even want her out there. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, if the doctors are calling, I was like, I'm not going. That's what I'm saying. Ooh, girl, BART and public transportation. Ugh. And don't get me wrong, because I know that people have to use it, so I shouldn't say that. But if you got to use it, baby, my husband, I got on his whole nerves last week. So last week we were in the grocery store. And I think it was last Monday. We were in the grocery store. And here I was doing this, picking up stuff like this. Well, that day we hadn't gotten gloves. But I had my little sanitizer on my purse. And I think it was the sanitizer that Trina gave me for Christmas. I think it was. And so I always put them on my purse. And so when we came out, we was washing our hands and everything. But before we got out, we were at the register, right? And when we were at the register, my husband, we had to use the debit thing. And I was like looking like, ugh. And he was just looking at me. He went, so he asked the lady, he said, do you have any more gloves? And she went, huh? The cashier, do you have any more gloves? My wife needs some gloves. The cashier then stopped her line, went in her bag and got me some gloves, because this man asking for gloves. But then he finally went and got me some a couple of days later, because I got it bad, y'all. I don't want to be frowning my nose up at people, But during this time, yeah. And then one time I was in the store because I only go for groceries. I was like, I asked my husband to go get the basket outside. And there was this black man and he was coming in the door, right? And I was standing over to the side waiting for my husband to come. He had a mask on and everything. And I was like, why is he just standing in the door? Girl, he didn't want to come in. I know he didn't think I was going to say something to him, but I tell you one thing, when I seen him being special, just standing in the doorway, I went over to the other side. His special self came in. You got a mask on, sir. What are you doing? So some people are just living in fear unnecessarily. Then we went in Walmart. This lady had a mask on. It's always the ones that wear the mask or have the gloves on their hand that are extra special. I told her, I said, come on. She went, oh no, we're supposed to keep 6 feet. I'm looking at her like, but then I looked at her earlier. She walking around the store, all around the store, nothing in her hand. My husband say some people just want attention for no reason. Nothing in her hand. But hopefully we get past this really, really soon. It'd be a thing of the past. Somebody had told a friend of mine that I guess in 66 or sometime in the 60s, something like this took place. I wouldn't know because that's when I was born in 66. But suppose it was a lady that was telling me that at the one my husband asked for the gloves. She was saying that something like this went on. Now let's talk about this, y'all. Let's talk about the good that shall come out of it. These stimulus checks. Hello. Who's excited by saying me about their stimulus check? Because guess what? It's very few. Your mom graduated from high school in 66. Aw. You know what? No, I was born in 66. So my mother graduated in 65. In 65. Because my mother had me very young. By the time my mother was 20, my mother had 2 children. She sure did. She had me and my big head sister. Yep. So, yeah, y'all, these stimulus checks are on their way. I said that I was going to do a video on it, and then I was like, nah. Yeah, you do. You do. Honey, that part right there, because if it ain't cheap, I ain't buying it. Kale was saying the same thing, that her mother lives in a different state, but her brother and sister are there. But she said that it bothers her because her mother is scared. Because during this time, unfortunately, people want to do crazy stuff, you know. So, matter of fact, gun sales went up over 200% when this first came out, you know, because people were in fear for their lives, thinking that they would be robbed or stuff like that. You were born in 66? No, you wasn't. Would you say me too, Latricia? You said me too, Carol. I'm sorry, y'all. I be getting the little scrolling things so late, and then something will be in my head 1 minute and go on the next. So I apologize for that. But the stimulus, I was going to do a video on the stimulus checks. They released a lot of images. You know, you always be coming up with some good. Girl, I just love you. Kales, let me tell you. So Kales is from the city. Well, she I don't know if you're from here. She knows about the city I live in. You guys, I don't often tell what city I live in. I don't. But I will tell you guys this. I did read on the internet last week that as a result of the C virus, because I'm not going to talk about or say the name of the virus because it can mess up my monetization of YouTube. You born and raised. Okay. I knew you were from Oakland. So I told y'all. But I didn't know you were born and raised. I actually was not. My husband was raised in Oakland. I wasn't. I was raised in Lilo Vallejo, which is about 45 minutes from Oakland, I guess. Latricia said yes. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm so happy that you put your picture up, not only so that I can see how beautiful you are, because you are absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I like to put a face, to the person. So when I seen your picture, I was like, oh, look at her. She's so pretty. But unfortunately, I wonder why around this time people want to get crazy. You got people going and buying guns, and I mean, I'm going to say rightfully so, because it is their right if that's what they feel like they want to do. Baby, yes, it is still the Bay Area. And let me tell you something. I thought with my simple thinking self, Kels, that the people were just going to slow it down. No, ma'am. No. I have this app on my phone called Newsbreak. So everything that happens in the city, I get it. Criminal, whatever, I get it. Well, I also have this thing, and I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with Nixle. Nixle works with the government and governmental agencies and things like that. But I got one for the city I live in and the city I used to live in, because I need to know what's going on with my folks that live there. But a lot of stuff is still going on, and you would think that people would just settle down. Settle down, stay in the house, stay out of trouble. Not folks still doing ungodlies, still acting strange and unusual. And it's so sad because this is not the time. I also read that there was a gentleman who was homeless, and what they did here in San Leandro in Oakland and the Bay Area, San Francisco and Alameda County and some of the other counties, neighboring counties, what they did is for the homeless people, they put porta potties, and they also put like these little individual places where they could wash their hands. Within 2 days, over 90% of them were non-operable, because if you're not used to having something, you're not going to use. Oh, you're welcome. If you're not used to having something, you're not going to know how to appreciate. But what really got me about that whole entire situation, when they were talking to these homeless people were like, they said the name of the virus. They didn't even know what it was. One man zipped down his tent and looked out and was like, what? So I guess because a lot of them don't have radio, a lot of them don't have TV, obviously, and some of them don't have phones. They're not on the up and up. But the one thing I can say about a lot of the neighboring cities, they are working on trying to get those people shelter. Unfortunately, because a lot of people have mental issues and things that they have to deal with mentally, they're not even willing to take the help. Because some people think, y'all know this, some people think that people want to help them to get something. And that is true in a lot of cases. But I believe that what's going on, in the neighboring counties and things like that, I believe that a lot of times, a lot of what's being done is for the protection of the people. So I don't know. It's just so sad. It's so sad. I just wish that it could be all over. And as I said earlier, I find it so ironic that President Trump is saying that this is supposed to be, his hope is that this would be over by Easter Sunday. What? I can't, it doesn't, I can't get, it doesn't, I can't wrap my head around it. You're closing schools, laying people off of work because my son he wasn't laid off, but he was put on a leave in which he's being paid, he and his girlfriend, for 2 weeks. I think they go back the first week in April. Yeah, but he got paid. They're paying him for 40 weeks. I mean, 40 weeks. They're paying him for 40 hours still. So they laid him off because my son works at the mall. So anybody who has a job in which you're working with people, with the exception of healthcare workers and essential workers, such as cashiers, I think Uber and Lyft drivers can still work. Delivery drivers can still work. Did you guys hear that Instacart, the people that work for Instacart are considering going on a strike tomorrow? I didn't really find all the details as to why, but I'm willing to bet it's because their safety is being compromised. So it's just so sad. Speaking of deliveries, y'all know every month I order my groceries through Amazon. I want y'all to know I have been unable to order. I can order stuff like this, okay, from Amazon. But now what Amazon is doing, non-essentials, so anything other than food, cleansing things for your body, deodorant, toothpaste, those types of things, those things can get to you in 2 days. But anything else, like I ordered this package on, I don't know, it was supposed to be here Monday. But they ended, and this has been a couple of times, they told me, oh, that's not going to get to you until such and such. And then they end up delivering it a day before or 2 days before. But I probably won't be delivering, I probably won't be buying anything through Amazon because Amazon has Amazon Fresh, and they have Amazon Fresh and Whole Foods Fresh, but they're out of everything. The last I checked, they were out of everything. But in addition to that, you have to, when you place your order, you have to tell them when you want them to deliver. I have been trying to get them to deliver things to the house for the last week and a half. All the slots are gone. So I don't know. So I just told my husband, I said, I guess, so we went and picked up some things for the house, and went and picked up some things for the house, and I'll probably see what it is I can order. And I was like, okay, well, if I can't go to Amazon, I'll go to Instacart. Now they're going on strike. I'm like, oh Lord, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But when people go on strike, they're going on strike for a reason. So maybe they're not being treated right. Because I actually am a Instacarter. I haven't started, but I get all of the, I got cleared and everything to do Instacart, just in my private time. And one of the things about Instacart is, unlike most deliveries, is you can take a test and take training in which you can deliver alcohol. And I did that. Well, I got something the other day indicating now, because of the close contact with signing. See, because when you deliver alcohol on Instacart, you have to get them to do a signature. Not no more. Now you take a picture of their ID and then you just do an X. So it's just so many things that are changing. I just cannot wait for it to be all over. Now, for them stimulus checks and things that are brewing up, President Trump did sign the bill. And so, as far as I know, anybody who is or has paid taxes in 2018, 2019 will be getting it. If you have, say you have, like me, non-taxable income, Um, Nobody is left out. I've read more than one article, and nobody is left out. No, I mean, I know in 2009, I think there was something called the Great Recession. This is when I used to work up on base. And that stimulus I did not get because of my student loan. But that's no more. So when I read about the stimulus checks and when they would be sending them out and keeping up, I mean, because who don't want free money? I'm waiting to see who don't. First of all, I will tell you this, it's non-taxable because of what's going on. Secondly, you don't have to do anything. If you file taxes in 2018 and or 2019, your information is already in the system. If you are a Social Security recipient, whereas you are getting disability benefits or Social Security, I'm sorry, disability, or say you have like short term, you're in the system, you will be getting it. So y'all be on the lookout, because when you look in your account and you notice $1,200 extra dollars stimulus, because from what I can understand, if you have children that are underage when you filed your taxes, I know, Trina, girl, you see me go like this? You're getting it. Girl, when I seen that, I was like, ooh, ooh. But guess what? I'm going to put some of it up to save because I can, God, I shops too much. You know what, y'all? So some of y'all may know, some of you may not. I did, and I know this sounds like a broken record. I'm sorry if you don't want to hear it. Feel free to leave. But I don't want nobody out there in the YouTube world thinking that I am a liar. Shanique's Dream, Nikki, but my name ain't Nicole, Trina Nichols, Miss T. Lou, it's another one. I have 5 gifts, 5 gifts that I still have to mail. Those gifts were supposed to be mailed in December. Everybody and their mama know I got sick in December. Then, when I tried to go out and mail them again, something happened. So, once all of the dust clears, I will be mailing them. They are in safekeeping. I did have Trina's and Shanique's in the car, but I took it out of the car because I didn't want it to sit there. But once all of this settles, I will be mailing them. I'm a woman of my word. Okay, so if you haven't, and I know you haven't received it, you will be receiving it. I'm not one of those YouTubers or content creators who have giveaways and don't follow through with the giveaways. I actually had someone where I won twice, y'all. Twice. And guess what? Didn't get it. Did not get it. Yes, so they are on, I don't want to say they're on their way because I don't know when. Y'all, my husband went to the post office, and the post office has it's bulletproof. But my husband said it was some extra stuff. So I got it. I got y'all stuff. I got it. I promise you. I got everybody's stuff in pretty little bags, ready to go. And as a matter of fact, when I went to Fairfield on Monday, I was going to mail it, but I had left one gift. So I said, nope, I can't mail off these. I guess I should have done that because at least I would have got, 4 out of the way. Did I say Trina Nichols? I meant to say Trina Reynolds. Trina Nichols is somebody whose mother before her mother passed away, she used to raise me as a little girl. So I do apologize. Trina Reynolds. Yeah. So I just want to keep you guys pretty much in the loop of that. They are coming, they are coming, they are coming. And as I always say, every time I make that announcement, Miss Tilu actually won a $25 gift certificate. And she won a $25 gift certificate to Amazon. She wanted 21, but because it was so long that I sent her 25 instead. So who's to say? I kind of went a little overboard. My husband was looking at me. He was like, wow, you gonna send? Yeah, I'm sending all of this to my folks. I think Nikki, but my name ain't Nicole, won a facial thing. I had one subscriber, and she knows who she is. I'm not going to say her name, who kept missing me when I was going on lives. And so I did make a exception to send her stuff, because let me tell y'all about YouTube. I noticed the last 3 times that I went to people's page within the last couple of days, they have me unfriended from them. They have me unfriended from the people. But when I click on it, it says subscribe, and then it has, the bell thing. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. So who's seen my who in the chat has seen my or live seen my video, my recent reaction video? Y'all, I got another one coming out. Actually, after I finish getting off of here, after I get off this live, I got to whip up some dinner real quick, and then I got to go work on this other video, because y'all, they keep giving me content. So when they give me content, I have to do a video. Texas, y'all. So for Time with Kells, if you still in here, honey, you finna have you a new neighbor. Let me stop. Let me stop. So I will be doing another video. Oh, and I had a cute little comment. You guys know, y'all know I have to always, when the comments are so cute and unbelievable, I have to know them. I have to make mention of them. So I had this little cutie patootie tell me that my video, my recent reaction video, that I need to grow up, because I had it was a chipmunk. I used a chipmunk voice, but she said Donald Duck, Daffy Duck. Yeah, that's what she called it. She called it Daffy Duck. And she said I need to grow up from that. Do y'all know how many people on YouTube use the little voice changers? Get your life. And then, girl, whatever. They don't run nothing over here. Everything right here, I run it. It is not called Carol and everybody else's daily sauce. It's mine. Mine. I do what I want to with it. And then the crazy thing about it, when I did the video, I didn't do it through the whole duration of the video. I only did it through a short period of time. Okay? Chipmunks, I can do what I want to. But then I was cracking up at her comment. Then she said, so she told me I need to grow up because of that. But then this is the part that really got me. She said, what'd she say? That I need to grow up. And then she said, she said, and what, do you live in a 1-bedroom house where you have to stay in your room? What she said, do you live in a 1-bedroom house where you have to stay in your room? Your husband, first of all, you couldn't hear my husband snoring, which I was surprised because I put music on there. But secondly, if I did live in a 1-bedroom house, why is it your business? If I did, why is it your business? T. Collie, or what is her name? T. Collier or T. Collie or whatever her name is. So I was like, some of y'all just got to get on people's in people's comment section just to be relevant. You're irrelevant. What are you talking about? Then a lot of people are saying that this girl is doing all this stuff because she wants them to pay for her to pay for her surgery. But why y'all didn't tell me that when Strong Mommy Chrissy went to Texas for the meet and greet with the other three ladies, why y'all didn't tell me that she, I guess she paid her rent or something, and then when she came back, she still had to move or something like that? That's when I was sick. So I don't know. I really don't know. And I never did go back to find out what happened. But then I see today that she is moving to Texas. Who in their right mind is going to be taking their baby from state to state to state during this mess? She has to find her somewhere to stay. And from what I can understand, she has. And I'm very grateful for that. You only did it for a little bit. And then girl, just want to have something to say. Just want to have something to say. See, when I found out, Trina and everybody, when I found out with these people that come in your comment section and say stuff to you, a lot of times they are Chrissy cousins, okay, which is what she called her subscribers. And whatever it is that they can nitpick on you about, they will. Whatever it is, they will. I just found that funny because I didn't do it through the duration of the video. I didn't, because that would have irritated me listening to a chipmunk for 20 minutes. So I just did it for, through a little section of it. But honey, she thought that she was going to get a rise out of me. I just went, girl, bye. That's it. Bye. I'm not. And I didn't block her. And then she was like, if you're trying to get subscribers, guess what, sweetie pie? Guess how many I got on that video? Guess how many new subscribers I got on that video? 15. 15 off that one video. So she don't know what she's talking about. But anyway, one lady said she wasn't begging. She wasn't dry begging. Yes, she was. If you want to, you can cash at me at Chrissy So Fly. If you're not begging, you're not going to do that. My Cash App is on my description. Cents and jewels. And if you want to send me some cents and jewels and monies, you are more than welcome to. But the only reason I put that up there is because someone, a subscriber, told me to. And that very subscriber has blessed me twice, maybe thrice, maybe 3 times. But I'm not on here. I'm not on YouTube asking you guys to pay my cell phone bill, or if you can cash at me some money so I can get some more Prime stuff. Yeah, I'm not doing that. The bottom line is this: we all have decisions and things that we need to make, okay? And our children look to us to make those decisions for them, specifically young children. And I read something that someone said, on her video. And they basically, she actually is a supporter of Strong Mommy Chrissy. And what she said was this. She said, I like Strong Mommy Chrissy. She said, but what I don't like is how she continues to make decisions that are ultimately going to affect her children as they get older in a negative way. Now, I've said this more than one time, because I think all of us have had ups and downs. We've had good times, we've had bad times. All of us. I don't care whether you are married, whether you're divorced, whether you've just been single your whole life, whether you were born with a platinum spoon in your mouth. We all have good and bad times. And sometimes for us, individually, our good and bad times have to do with finances. They have to do with decisions. I know when I had my children and was raising my children by myself, there were times, y'all, my throat dry as a bone. There were times when I had to make decisions, robbing Peter to pay Paul, because I had to pay this electricity bill, or because I had to do this, or because I had to do that. And excuse me, honestly and truly, when I look over some of the decisions that I made, they weren't the best decisions, but I made them. So when I do reactions, it is never my intent to blast somebody or to make them look like a dummy. I don't have to, because 9 times out of 10, they've already done it to themselves anyway. So why beat a dead horse? You know what I'm saying? I really, honestly, and truly wish that girl well. When I heard on that video that she was going to Texas, I was like, and she finna go down there with him? Oh my God. So, yeah, I will be doing a reaction video on that. Sure will. I sure can, and I will. So, yeah, y'all. I tell you, I just, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I guess when she, meaning Strong Mommy Chrissy, I guess when she came back, her mother and the children were already out of the house. Notice I'm saying I guess, because I have not went back and looked at that video. From what I can understand, she ended up losing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So she has a registry, I believe, with Walmart for her Chrissy cousins and subscribers that want to purchase things for her and her family. All that money you make from YouTube, you shouldn't be needing to ask nobody about nothing. And let me tell y'all something. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but I had started to watch her most recent video where she is saying that today is moving day. Her refrigerator was loaded with food. So much food. So I just pray that she's able to get everything in there, that they have safe travels. I never want any ill will. The only thing I want for her, and specifically for those children, is that the decisions that she makes are great decisions for she and her family, and that she does not continue to move irrationally, like she has done so much in the past. Because as I said in the video, my last video, you will mess around and be blackballed from Vegas to Texas. So, I don't know. 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 I know one thing. I know going from Vegas to Texas is going to be a good thing for her, as far as her money, the money aspect, as far as her money going further. That definitely will help her get out of them. I just love her name. Get out of them bushes. How you doing? Oh goodness, we've been on here for over an hour, almost an hour and a half, y'all, and I have not cooked dinner, but I will be uploading a video on tonight. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to chat about? I'm good. Thank you for asking. Is there anything else y'all want? We have talked about everything from the state that the world is in. We've talked about, and we always do. I always come on my lives and say, her mother and the kids minutes. No, you are lying. Oh, now you know what? Could you imagine what them babies was thinking in their head during that time? Oh, good, good. Yeah, don't, you know what? Get them babies set up for that online schooling. And I'm going to tell you what we said in this chat. Even if they do open up them doors for them kids to go back, don't send your babies back. Let them go ahead and do their online until the end of the school year, until they clean up them schools. Because you know what? Them cracks and crevices and stuff that they can't get all up in them lockers. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, I just think for the safety of, and I'm saying our children, and I don't have any that are still in school. Oh, they're not going back. Good. You know, and to be honest with you, I don't think none of them are going to go back. Honestly, I really, really don't. I think here in California, they said, they had said something about the end of May. But I don't know if you guys know it or not. Usually in California, the last day of school is about the 4th or the 5th, maybe about through the 4th and the 6th day of June. So they would only go back for a month. My concern with that is if they do go back, have you cleaned up appropriately? You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. And it is going to take, last day of school is June 6th. Okay, see, it's like that here in California too. They might as well just say, look, okay, we've had this situation going on. It doesn't seem like, you know, they're going to be able to get it under control in enough time. All the kids need to be on homeschooling. The only issue I do have with the homeschooling is, well, I have a few. The one is you have some children, 5 minutes. Yeah, they need weeks of cleaning done. And in addition to that, educators usually, I know here in California, educators do not get paid if the children aren't in school. Now, because of what's went on, they will get paid because the teachers still have to correct the work and they still have to be in contact with the parents and with the students. There's this protocol, not a protocol, but it's this app, and I'm sure it's probably nationwide because everything is pretty much online. And it's this portal. That's what it is. I'm talking about protocol. It's this portal where, when my sons were still in school, they had this portal where the parents can log on and the children can log on. And they can log on to do their work. They can log on and the parents can be in communication with the teachers and stuff. The biggest problem that I'm concerned with homeschooling is, okay, that's what I thought. Discipline. Because some parents are lazy and some parents are not going to stay on their children. Some parents, their kids go to school every day and they are not involved. So you mean to tell me they're going to be home and they're going to get involved? No, a lot of them aren't. I pray that they will, because your children's education is important, period. What's not important is sending them back to the nasty schools that they need to air out and clean out real good. Because guess what? We just had a lady in here a little while ago who has worked with, no, I'm serious. We were just talking about that too. There's a lady that was in here a little while ago, and she was saying that she's been working in education for over 20 years. And she said she works under contract in her state. And she said a lot of the schools are nasty. Now, we know that. We know that the schools are nasty. I mean, some people send their children to school all kind of ways, unfortunately. But, and what I mean when I say all kind of ways, with flus, with corona, with, I said it, with all of that stuff, people send their kids to school, with that. So I tell you one thing, If I had some that was still in school, their butts would be right here at this house. They would not be going back. No, ma'am, no, sir. I just still feel really bad for I really still feel bad for the seniors and those that won't get the opportunity to walk the line, walk across the stage, or won't get the opportunity to, oh, thank you, Trina. You be safe as well. Go get you something to eat. I know I'm gonna get off in a little while too, you guys, because I usually by now I would have cooked dinner. I haven't. I've been sitting on here almost 2 hours. And it's so crazy because like when I do lives, I enjoy them so much, but I don't do them a lot. I know at one time I used to always, I'm doing a live, I'm doing a live. And I think the reason I really I like to do the lives, but I think the reason that I don't do them as often is because I am a firm believer that when you go before people, you need to look like you got good sense. Because I'm not going to never, and I mean never, get in front of y'all with a rag on my head. Now, I might have me, a wrap or something like that, but, I'm always going to be, presentable in front of the people. And a lot of times when I do audio or podcasts, child, please, I'll be right here in the bed with my earphones doing that. So, yeah. So so live takes a little bit more because your surroundings need to be nice and, you need to look presentable. That was smart. That was smart. But for everyone that had good sense like you not to send their children because they were taking too long to make a decision, you had them that were saying they're going to mind getting up out of here, Because unfortunately, we have people like that. Y'all, let me tell y'all about something that just bothered me so much today. So I was on Facebook, and I don't even know how these videos, I don't even really know the video aspect of Facebook. But I was sitting there and I don't even know what I was looking at. But I had this video have the audacity to pop up on my screen. And it was a video about a woman who had dated a guy. And I guess the guy and her had been dating 6 years. He eventually went to jail. And he went to jail because, I guess for a domestic matter, some people were mad. Yeah, they real mad their kids have to stay at home because you know what? Guess what the school is? The school is a babysitter. Now, it's a different story. I'll get back to that story. It's a different story when you are a single parent and you are the only one providing for your child. And you have to send your child to school so that you're able to go to work and take care of your babies when they come home. That's a different story. That's a different story. But when you just want the school and the teachers to take care of your kids, and then you put your child in harm's way with all of them, with all of that nastiness and all the stuff that's going on, that's crazy. Your children are your responsibility. I'm not talking to you, get out of them bushes, but I mean, our children are our responsibility. They are. But it's some folks that want to sit up and be doing all kind of ungodlies while the teachers at the school is taking care of their children. And you were smart. I guarantee you I would have been the same way. You stay at home. That's how I was. Stay at home mom, so it ain't new to you. This is right up your alley. That's right. That's right. And you know what? Bottom line is this. Can't nobody do it better than you. You're their mother. You're their mother. So when your kids may want to be lazy, and kids are going to be lazy during this time because they're used to a certain routine, meaning get up, go to bed, get up, and go to school. So they're used to a certain routine. So their routine, you know what I'm saying? Their routine is going to be off whack. So they're going to do everything and anything that they can to try you. But we, as parents, just have to say, You gonna do this from this and that time. I don't know if you guys know about, know this, who don't know the Daily Davidsons? Love them. Tiffany and, what's his handsome name? Whatever his name. I can't remember his name. Y'all know the Daily Davidsons. TJ. TJ, I think his name is. They literally took and made a schedule of times. They had recess, they had lunch. Yep, that's good. That's good. That way, and you know what? They still gonna try you. But just stay on that schedule and make them, and then in June, on June the 6th, when it's time to get out of school, then you can get out of school. But right now, you're still going to, you're going to do this homework. That's what you're going to do this work online. That's what you're going to do. I know that's right. That's good. That is really good. Get out of them bushes. That's good. More parents need to do that. But unfortunately, a lot of parents are not up there. Yeah. They do. They need to do it. But a lot of them are so lazy, they really want other people to raise their kids. And you know what? I had 3 that I carried. And when my children were younger, with the exception of my younger son, I was a stay-at-home mom as well. I've said this in my videos before. I stayed at home until I left my children's father. And I believe my daughter at the time was 13. So that means my only daughter was 13. Her brother Caleb was 11. And then I had my little man who was 7. Oh, you have 5. Oh, you got good ages. Oh, you got a 3-year-old. I love it. I love it. Yeah, mine's are all grown. All of them. I got my little bonus one. So I have one that's 30. Is married, lives in Texas. She has 2 beautiful children. I have 2 grandchildren, a boy and a girl. And then I have a 28-year-old son. And then I have another son that is 22, who lives in California with me. And then I have, he doesn't live with me, but he lives in California. And then I have another one that's 21, who is my beautiful bonus baby. So I have 3 boys and 1 girl. And love them to pieces, as well as my grandbabies. But I'm just telling you, this is the time. I don't know why this came across my mind, but I always, whenever I have things like this to come across, I always share them. What just came across my mind when I was talking about my kids, my children, is this. Your family, oh my goodness, you got 1 princess. I know that's right, girl. And please tell me she's not the 3-year-old. Because if she the 3-year-old, she running stuff. So basically what came across my mind when it just came across my mind when we were talking. During this time, when the world is in an array, she the 3-year-old, oh my God, girl, she running stuff. Yeah, she running stuff. Go on, little mama. I know that's right. I know she do. Ooh wee. She got 4 older brothers. Somebody got it bad. Somebody is going to have it real hard. So what I was thinking, you guys, and I want to share this with you guys, and you already know this, but you know what? To reiterate is always good. So this is what I want to tell you guys. Your mother, your father, if they're still living, the person that you look up to, your significant others, husband or significant other, person that you've been dating, or you just recently started dating, your children, whoever it is in your life, whoever is in your surroundings, love on them. Love on them. I have read about so many people during this time who have lost family members, not only to that thing, not only to what we're fighting right now, but just to other things. So sometimes when things like this come about and are in our, I really enjoyed your last reaction video so much. Oh, you are just so sweet, Shanique. Thank you so much. And wisdom, I thank God. I'm telling you, I never, I'm not perfect. None of us are. But I never want to come out with a reaction video about anybody, calling them out of their name, making them look like they are less than, making them look like I'm better than, or, I never want to do that. That's never my intent. The hope for me always is, please let her or him hear something. Because guess what? I've made mistakes too. I've made mistakes. And some of the mistakes I made, I don't want nobody to go through. And you have to. Because, honey, let me tell you something about your parents. Irreplaceable. My mother lives in Georgia. And when I'm 53 years old, when I see my mother, y'all would see a 13-year-old little girl. My husband's coworker. He was 60. See what I'm talking about? That's why love on your people. Help your neighbors. You know what I mean? Now, let me put this little disclaimer now. If you got some neighbors or people that don't want help, they don't want to be bothered for whatever reason, leave them alone. But for those that want, the assistance, for those that maybe just want to say hi, or whatever, more than anything, y'all love on your family, because they'll be here today and gone tomorrow. Keyword, stability. Stability. Because I'm going to tell you something. Strong Mommy Chrissy, to me, this is only my opinion, is a nice looking young lady. She is not a dummy. She's very smart. But I want her to get it together. I want her to know, you know what I want her to know? I want her to know her worth. Because she don't know her worth. She got all them beautiful babies. I could care less. Yeah, I did a video that she got, I don't even know how many baby daddies, 7? Yeah, I did a video on that. But I just want her to do better. She's too arrogant. But you know what? When you tell her that, when people put that in her comments, she says she's not. That's how you know she is. A lot of my stuff and a lot of the changes and the disappointments that I placed on my children, did you guys hear what I said? A lot of the changes and disappointments that I placed on my children, up until a couple of years ago, they were being thrown in my face, left and right. And I gotta say this, no, I wasn't on crack. No, I wasn't walking the streets. I wasn't doing none of that. But some of my decisions were all out of whack. All out of whack. I ended up separating and divorcing from my first husband, having been married to him 20 plus years. So I went through a state of depression, confusion, all kinds of things. And my decisions were not clear. I mean, I did some crazy, crazy stuff. And my children suffered as a result of it. I don't want not another woman to do that. No, they won't. Them babies, look. If you think an elephant remember everything, don't tell your child everything. Let me tell y'all, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I don't know what it was. I think I used to work in Napa. Y'all know Napa County, the wine country? I used to work there. And I had a really good job, but I think it was almost payday. And so I was like in between paydays. I still remember things my mom did. Yeah, Yes, you're gonna. Yes, 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 yes. You will. Me too. And so, what ended up happening? Now, let me tell you, Shanique, really, really quick. Excuse me. Oh, that's good. That's good. So Shanique said her videos used to be very humble. I didn't watch her a long time ago, but my daughter did. And my daughter really liked her. But Get Out of the Bushes said something that was awesome too. And she said she remembers some things that were done to her, that I guess her mother did to her. But you know what they did? They made her a better mother. Now, let me tell you, I can piggyback on that. And let me tell you what I did. What I did is there were some things, I was a mess, y'all. I'm still a mess. But there were some things I wouldn't even feed my kids because coming up in the 60s, 70s, and my mother was a single parent, y'all, I don't eat a baked bean at all. I don't care what you can grate some 24 karat gold on it. I ain't eating it with my mouth. I don't eat baked beans because only thing I have in my mind for baked beans is pork and beans. Okay? So I don't eat that. So basically what I'm saying is this. Some things that I noticed that my mom did and that I thought, y'all see this, I thought, ooh, my battery got the nerve to be trying to go out. That I thought, hold on, you guys, babe, bring me my plug. Some things that I thought were horrible things. You know, it's just what my mom had to go through, you know? But I told myself that I was never going, like my mother, for instance, and I'm not bashing my mother. I love my mother to pieces, y'all. I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. My mother used to be so particular. My mother is a cook. And she didn't go to school. She just could cook. And she used to make us chop up, you know, like around the holidays, you chop up bell pepper, onions, you know, for the dressing and stuff like that. She would be making us chop up the stuff real small, real small. You think I chop up my vegetables small? Nope. I chop my stuff up big. You know why? Because it's mine. And whatever she eats, I say, why this chopped up so big? Because it ain't, ooh, hold on, y'all. We almost fell. Because it ain't yours. I started watching Chrissy when she had twins. Oh my goodness. You know what? Oh, baby, you're so sweet. My parents didn't always make the right decisions all the time, but I will always treat them with respect, and I want to show. Right. You know what? Why wouldn't you, hold on, y'all, I'm plugging us up. Why wouldn't you want to treat them with respect? I mean, the bottom line is this. We don't have, wait a minute, y'all, I'm trained, okay, there we go. We don't have, none of us, there we go. Ooh, that light is good. None of us have all the answers. We don't. You gonna stop telling me that because you're gonna have me crying, and that's the past. Um, I know. Ooh, parenting. That makes me think of my auntie. My auntie, unfortunately, may she rest in peace. My auntie had some drug problems, and that's the kind of stuff she used to do to my. They're my cousins, but my mother ended up having to raise them. I know, right? Girl, I'll sling snot in a minute, okay? I don't, so I am a people person. I love people. I do. I love people. And my husband goes like this. How is it that you go in the grocery store and people start talking to you? I don't know. It just, I don't never meet a stranger. Ever. I never meet a stranger. I love my mother, but I do. What's your name? Get out of the bushes, because I don't want to call you get out of them bushes. You can even give me a nickname so I can address you. But I just want to say this to you. All of us have situations. All of us have issues. All of us have things that, Tina, okay, that, that need to be, that we need help with, But honey, I'm going to tell you this, okay? It is your responsibility to protect, not perfect, to protect your children by any means necessary. And if those means, I got to turn around. If those means mean keeping your mother away from your children, well, you got to keep her away from your children. Because guess what? If something affects them, if something hurts them, if something damages them by a choice that you made, you're responsible for it. You understand what I'm saying? So don't beat yourself up. And I read the last part. The last part was, you said it's too toxic. You said if she needs something, you'll help her. And that's good. You got to. Your children are your responsibility. They are your responsibility. And it's too many children out there right now in the streets today, fending on their own. Children, like I always say in my reaction videos, I always say this, and I get ate up. I always say that children need a mother and a father. I believe that. That's just my opinion. Now, excuse me. Am I saying you or anybody is a terrible parent because they divorced? Or am I saying you're a terrible parent because your spouse may have passed away? Or I'm not saying that at all. I'm just telling you what I believe. If that can't be the case, if that can't be what's going to happen for you right now or ever, then you have to make it work with you have to work with what it is that you have. But I don't care what nobody say. Children did not ask to be here. I understand what you're saying. I have to keep my little boy away from his. You know what? I remember you saying that. Michelle, I remember they do need both. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Michelle Testimony did say that. They do. I feel like children need both of their parents. I feel like children need a mother and a father. I do. But I also believe that there are instances and situations where they can't have both of them. The only reason I feel like that is because I was raised in a household with my mother. And my mother had, my stepfather lived with us for a short time, and then my mother was a single parent. And it had nothing to do with not being able to have what this person had or what that person had. It was nothing like that. It was, I just had a need. I had a need for my dad. I lived in California, born and raised in California. My dad lived in Alabama, and we didn't have a relationship. So here I was, a young girl. I didn't have a relationship like I was supposed to have with my stepfather. So here I was, basically with no dad, So that's why I feel like that's a blessing. That's a blessing. So I could sit here all day and all night, and say, what my intentions are whenever I do my reaction videos. Some people honestly and truly just are not going to receive it. They're not. And they're not going to receive it because of the fact they think that I'm honestly just, she say, pretty ladies, you're so sweet. They honestly think that people that do reactions, I can't speak for everybody, I can only speak for this one right here, are jealous that we don't have, that we're jealous of their bag, that we're jealous of their subscribers. to say this one time and one time only. I'm not jealous of your bag because I don't even know what your bag is. I don't know how much money them. I don't care about how much money they bring. I'm not jealous of my Jazzy life. I'm not jealous of Liv's life. I'm not jealous of Chrissy. I'm not jealous of any of them. Jealous for what? Because they have thousands of subscribers? Guess what? They too had to start with one. They had to meet the same threshold that I have to meet. Now, granted, they could have came on YouTube at a whole nother time. So I'm not jealous. I mean, I could say it and people are still going to think it, and you're entitled to that. That's what I always tell everybody. Everybody has their opinion. They just don't like hearing it. Exactly. You either can agree or disagree. Because opinions, we're all going to have them. We're all going to have them. And especially if we think we love our children. And me, let me tell you about me, because I'm the best person to tell you about me because I know me better than anybody else. Y'all, not only am I a people person, babies, when I say babies, I mean little people. I mean, infants, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. I love those babies. Then guess what? When they start and becoming teenagers, I love children. I love children. And I just feel like they deserve the best. Whatever the best is that you can give it to them. That's how I feel. Just give it to them. And many people told me coming up that my children were rotten. They were. They were. And part of the reason my children were rotten is because I was trying to make up for what they didn't have in their father. And I was talking on the phone to my son last week, and my son, I asked him why hadn't he called and spoke to his uncle on his dad's side. And he was like, I don't really know them. He said, the only people I really know is my mom and my mom's family. Because I was mother and father. My baby boy, I call him my baby, big old rusty self, didn't really know. When I left him, he was a little guy. So he didn't know, but any and everything that you can do for them babies, protect them babies. Protect them until they're able to protect themselves. Because the worst feeling in the world, I'll be the first person to say that my kids are spoiled. You know what? And you know what? Let's reword this. Let's not even say that they're spoiled. Why they can't just be loved? Why they can't just be loved? They're loved. That's all it is. You have your children, and when you have them, it is your job not to make this a biblical chat or a preaching chat, but it is your responsibility to take care of them. Because guess what? Guess what? They're your children. God bless you to have them. He bless you to carry them if you're a mother, or if it's a father in here, or however. Welcome to all of y'all in here. Children are a blessing. But guess what? They only on loan. They technically do not belong to you. So why not just go ahead and take care of them so that when they get older, they can have children if they so choose and take care on and love their children. And we know that people have, people have situations and they don't, Ashley. They don't. Here I am, old as I am. There, transparency, y'all. There were some things that happened to me in my life as a young girl. And y'all, I was devastated. Devastated. But you know what? Thank God. Thank God that God was able to move in my life, allow me to, yes, indeed, he gives them children to us. He gives them to us. And for those women who are, I hate to say this, yet temporarily, yep, that's it, that are barren or that can't bear children, don't make them know, we're no better than them. It's just another job that they got to do. It's something else that God has for them. You know, I just wish they could get it. So like I was telling you guys a little earlier, I was talking about this video that I seen on Facebook. How it popped up on my phone, I have no idea. And I think this happened maybe about 7 or 8 weeks ago. So there was a woman who had been dating a guy for 6 years. They obviously got into an altercation. Okay. From what it sounds, oh, let me look at this. I am the same way. I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry, Michelle. I know you said you didn't know that much about your dad, and when you did, and that's the only part I heard, and I hope it's not the same as me. Go ahead and put it, I mean, you don't have to put the whole thing up there, but put it back up there because I'll definitely speak on it. But so the lady was filming this debacle. And what happened is, I guess when the guy got out of, I guess when, babe, come let Muggsy out. I guess when the guy got tired of dealing with this woman, he went and was messing with somebody else. Okay, Tina, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and you have a good evening. So what ended up happening with him, you guys, is the door open? Oh, he in pain. Bless his heart. So what ended up happening is the guy got out. And I guess there was some infidelity. They weren't married. They were just dating or whatever. But she had threw all his clothes out on the, I think Sammy want to go out. She had threw all his clothes out on the lawn. And there were 2 police cars out there or whatever. And I was like, what is going on here? So I click on it. She done threw the man's clothes out and was cussing these 2 ladies out. So long story short, I guess he had gotten another woman pregnant while he was with another woman and had went to jail. And it was just a whole bunch of mess. But I'm telling you guys this. I didn't watch the whole video, but I'm telling you this. Guess what she was doing? She was filming all of this mess around her children. Young kids. What in the world? Y'all, we are responsible for our children. And what we allow to go in them, what we allow to be taught to them, what we allow to go in them, it's going to fall on us. It's going to eventually fall on us. It'll fall on us in how they turn out as adults. It'll fall on us in how they turn out as far as how they connect with us as their parents. Y'all, it's not an easy job, but we definitely have the tools to do it. And so whenever I do my reaction videos, seriously, honestly, I can say it until I leave this earth. It's never, some of the stuff I'll be like, unbelievable. Some of it I'll be like, oh my goodness. I know a lot of people will come in my comments and they say, I'll pray for her. Hey, welcome back. I'll pray for her. I always pray for the mothers. I pray for, honey, I pray for everybody. So like I said, it's never my intent. Oh, you was gone for an hour. She had to talk to you. She had to talk to you. That's all good. Never my intent to say hurtful and nasty things. I don't even know these women. All I know is what they choose to share with us and put on the internet and then get mad when somebody do a reaction. Stop getting mad at me when I do reactions, because guess what? A lot of times people don't even know about you. And when I do a reaction on you, they ask me who you are, and I tell them who you are and tell them to go take a look at your page. I don't have all the answers, but I do have the answers to some things, because some of the things that these women are going through, I've already been through it. And you know what? Like I said, I'm not 30. I have 20 some odd years on, well, let's see. Yeah, over 20 years on all of those mothers. Um, I know one time I was listening to Jasmine and I was listening to My Jazzy Life and I was listening to her live and she was like, all them old women and such a, guess what? I'm older than you. You're exactly right. And guess what? You're going to get old too. And guess what? Hopefully, if your children have children, you're going to be a grandmother too. So it don't have nothing to do with me being old. I mean, I'm trying to make sense as to what I'm jealous of. I just, and I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. I'm just trying to make sense out of it. There's nothing to be jealous of at all. I just, like I said, I just wish them the best. And I just pray that just one thing, one little itty bitty thing, um, could change their life. Because sometimes with people, you can come to some people with loving kindness, and some of them you got to just tell them you need to sit down and you need to get your life together. Some of them you got to just be raw with it. And I don't do that. I just, you know, y'all need to, because kids, remember everything. Like I said, I am 53 years old. Y'all, I remember. That's true too. But you know what? When the kids call them out on it, call them out on it, they're gonna say they didn't do it. And I'm gonna tell you why I think that they'll say that they didn't do it. Because there are people, they may be acting the way that they act towards reactors because they may feel like, how dare she say something about my business or about my kids. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. One thing I don't do is I don't say anything about the children. I think I did say one time about Liv's life that she need to get Robin's mouth right. And she do. She do. Because when children are that young and you allow them to butt into grown folks' business, that's true too, Ashley. Very true. Um, when you allow children to butt into grown folks' business, then they tend to think they're grown. So you really need to let you see. My thing with my kids remember stuff. They do. That's the only reason. You know what, Ashley? Same here. And I'm telling you, I went through so many things emotionally, physically, and mentally in my life within the last, say, 10 years that I literally had to, I won't say had to, but I literally apologized to my kids um, for for some of the decisions that I made that weren't, you know, like I believe one time, and I had to deal with it because it was the truth. Right, and you had to deal with it because it was the truth. God forbid if those kids start saying things to these mothers when they get in their teenage years. Because guess what? I think Strong Mommy Chrissy has a girl. Her oldest daughter looks like she's about 9 or 10. In 2 years, 3 years, she'll be old enough to get on that YouTube. And all that bumfoolery that you got going on, you want your baby to see that? I wouldn't. I remember my daughter and my sister's daughter. My niece looks just like me, but she's my sister's daughter. And my daughter and my niece have these little bodies, waist this big. They got little bitty waists, and then they got hips and hind parts, but it's proportioned so nicely. So they was out there on the it was living in an apartment, so they was out there and they was doing these dances, and all these men was coming out. That's when it started in teenage years, but yeah. So they were out there dancing, right? And all them people was looking. Girl, I hadn't even came home from work. My sister looked outside. My sister said, if y'all don't get y'all hind parts up over here. And my sister, when I came in the house, because I lived in 93, my sister lived in 91. And my sister said, Yeah, I caught these two outside with they boom, back in the day, the boom box, with they boom box, and they had on their shorts and stuff, and they felt the need to be dancing out in the front, and they had an audience. Girl, we lit into them butts, physically and verbally. You have got to teach your children. And you ain't teaching them when you have them to move from here, here, here. Then you think them kids don't know that they're in the midst of that the world is in the midst of a whole bunch of mess and now they moving to Texas? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm telling you, when I go to bed tonight, I will be praying for her. Praying for her definitely, first and foremost, for her safety to get to her final destination. Praying that her situation will change, because I'm going to tell you something about me. The only way I was able to change this mindset was realizing that I had made some mistakes, owning up to them, saying I made these mistakes and I don't want to do it no more, saying I made these mistakes to my children and I'm sorry. I think on one thing I did when I started going back to church is I put something on Facebook where I did a open apology to my children. And my kids came up there, they were like, Mom, I didn't go in detail like that, but it was heartfelt. And my kids were like, Mom, you didn't have to do that. You were a good mom. You did, because I raised them about 95% of the time by myself. My ex was Navy. And so my children pretty much really had to rely on me for mostly everything because he was out to sea a lot. And like I tell everybody, when he was home, he was home. But there were some times when he could be home that he chose not to be because he wanted to live his whatever type of lifestyle you want to call that. I don't know, because I didn't live it. Um, but we don't have all the answers. We don't, when I was going to say push the baby. I mean, some people push the baby out. Some people have the babies cut out. When you deliver your baby, um, the one thing they'll do, they'll give you they'll give you a little, if they still do this now, they'll give you a little kit thing with maybe some formula. They'll give you some diapers that they didn't use while they were in your room. They'll give you a little blanket and a little beanie to go on a baby's hat. But I never received an instruction manual on how to be the best mommy. We don't get manuals. Okay? So you either got to go through trial and error, or you have to remember what it was your aunt or your mom or someone did, to help you. And unfortunately, patterns kind of sometimes remain in the family. Unfortunately, sometimes if your mom wasn't there, you end up becoming the same mom she was to you. Sometimes, if your mom wasn't there, you learned from her mistakes and end up becoming the best mom. I had my mother did everything in her power that she could for her four children. Do I feel like she made some mistakes? Yeah, I do. Do I forgive her for all of the mistakes she made? Absolutely. Because guess what? I became a mother too and made some. Those patterns are normal to some. Some try to change. Right. Right. And thank God for the ones that try to change. Thank God for the ones that try to change because, like I said, kids don't ask to be here. I don't think not one child knocked on nail one of our wombs talking about, can I come in? Not one child did that. So it's our responsibility to take care of our children. It's our responsibility to, no, seriously, Kel, I'm serious. Ain't no child knocked on our wombs. Not now one of them. You know? So because of that, we need to do everything in our power to just ensure that we can give them the best life that we can possibly give them. And that's all you can do. One day at a time. One day at a time. You know what I had to realize? What I had to realize with my mother, and this was powerful for me. Um, my mother always kept the door open for myself and my siblings to always speak. You know what I mean when I say that? She always made us comfortable to speak in our family meetings. We couldn't be disrespectful, but we always had a say so with certain. Y'all gotta hold on. I gotta go to the restroom. Hold. Don't go nowhere. I'm trying to see. It's 5 or 6. Y'all. I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. Ooh, I love that song. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Oh, y'all still in here. Bless y'all's heart. Okay, so I think I was saying something about my mom. Oh, okay. So that's what I wanted to say. Um, Kel had said that day by, one day at a time, day by day, we don't get an instruction manual. Our parents didn't get an instruction manual. But you know what I found out? What I came to realize was my mom, and y'all know what? I look just like her. Shape, face, I mean, literally carbon copy of my mom. And for so many years, y'all, transparency, for so many years, I felt like she just didn't like me. Thank you for spending time with me, dear. And you be careful going out on tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much, Latricia. I really, really do. So, um, so I just always felt like that, right? But my mom was a great provider. My mom was a great provider. She had us very, very young. She had myself and my sister. By the time my mother was 20, she had 2 children, 2 and 3 years old. So my mother had her children very young. She lived in Alabama. She moved to California, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so she was real good to us. My grandfather was in our life. We had a good, really good upbringing. But what I felt like as a teenager, and most teenagers feel like this, I just felt like she didn't like me. I just felt like that. And my sister, my older sister, who's only a year and 9 days older than me, felt the same way. And we didn't understand why. But what I know now is that it wasn't a dislike. I had a mother who was a single parent trying to raise teenage girls with everything she had. My mom too. Yeah. And so as a teenager, she probably, I mean, as a young mother, when we were teenagers, my mama was young. I mean, I can remember we had some friends from school, and I think it was like a couple of friends and their brothers was over, came over to our house because we couldn't go nowhere. So they came over to our house, and the guys was looking at my mother like, "Oh, she fine," and we was like, "Ugh, she old," that type of thing. But I went through so many changes, so many changes, so many changes. We grew exactly, Kale. We grew up with our mothers. But for years and years and years, I just didn't understand. And then my grandmother, apart from my, let me see. My mother is no, I think you know what? Me and you are the same, Kale. You're 19 from your mother, I'm 20 from mine. My mother and me, like right now, my mother is like my sister. I mean, I respect her as my mother. Don't get me wrong. I believe in that respect thing. But she and we're in a much better place than what we are. But I wanted to say really, really quick, some of the stuff that I experienced with my mother was things that my mother experienced with her mother. We do what is 15 of them. Yeah, my sister, I'm 20 and my sister's 19 from my mother. But you know what I'm saying? So my grandmother, my mother's mother, was just very, that woman, mean, very, she was only 4'11". She was stout. And you know what they called her? Jeep. Like the Jeep you drive. So that lets you know how tough she was, right? And my mother, I think my mother was trying to be like her mother. But what I found out some years later was, guess what I was? A constant reminder of my father to my mother. I found that out. And it took years to find it out. But as a result of finding that out, and oh, Maggie, thank you. Welcome so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, a constant reminder to my mom, and I don't know. I guess as I've grown older, she's my A spoon schoon, y'all. I mean, she lives in Georgia now, but that's my girl. You know what I mean? I mean, as we get older, when we get older and we have children of our own, or even just as we get older, we start to realize this thing ain't as easy as we think it is. It's not. It's not as easy as we think it is. Raising children is not easy. I don't care what nobody say. I beg to differ. Oh wow. Oh, okay. It went by. You said your grandmother raised you, and you said she was small, Kel. Because I did hear you. I did hear you last night talking about your grandmother. We went to my grandmother every summer in Alabama, but my mom was the one who, oh, I tell you, when I think about my mom and all of the sacrifices that my mother literally made for us. 4'11". Oh yeah. Yeah. She was only 4'11". So yeah. But I wouldn't trade my mother or my grandma was mean as a Dickens. Do you hear me? You know what? I guess I shouldn't say she was mean as a Dickens. She was just first of all, she was probably mad because her name was Willie Mae. Girl, I would have been mad. You hear me? Willie Mae Brown was my grandmother's name, and she was just always straight faced. You know how? Okay, so this is the best way to describe her. You know how the Indians look like? Not with their lips staculate, but you know how they had them high cheekbones and they just have that straight face. That was my grandmother, but so was her sisters. My grandmother, may she rest in peace. She was a sweet soul in her own right. Grandmother passed away. Oh, see, my grandmother passed away in the 90s, in the early 90s. Wow, yours was what, 6 years ago? Aw. But yeah, y'all, we just have to do the very best we can. And even as parents, to our older, even to our older children, be there. Be there and support them. Support them. Even if you don't agree with everything they're doing, no, just listen. Wow, 87. I think, man, I think my grandmother, when she passed, I think she was in her 70s. Yeah, she was in her 70s when she passed away. But yeah, oh, yeah, but man, children, the best gift God can give. It is the best gift God can give. And parents too now. Parents are too. Cause I didn't have my mother was my mother and my father, just as I was with my children. Um, my father lived in Alabama, and I would go, you know, in the summers and visit my grandmother, and then I would see him then. But I didn't have a relationship. I even grew up with my great grandparents. I was in high school. You are not talking too much, honey. No, 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 no. No, that's good. No, no, you're not talking too much. Wow. Yeah, I miss my I had actually a better relationship with my mother's father, my grandfather, than I did with my grandmother because um, actually my grandmother and grandfather, my mother's parents, mother and father, they actually divorced when I was probably not even here. They divorced well before I came aboard because my name is Carol Delois. Why she did that to me, I don't know, y'all. Um, but I'm actually, she got her idea of her name for me from my step grandmother. Her name was Carrie Delois. And my mother said she was not naming me no Carrie, but she named me Carol Delois. And my older sister's name, my grandfather's name was Raymond. Raymond Vivian Jackson. Maggie, you're sweet. My grandfather was, oh, Kale. Yeah, but my grandfather actually, because my father wasn't in my life, my grandfather was basically my father figure. He was the best ever. Oh my God, my grandfather was the best ever. Raymond Jackson, the best ever. I love him to pieces. Miss him still today. But y'all, I have been on here an hour and 52 minutes, very close to 2 hours. Um, and y'all know I was supposed to cook dinner today. I don't even know what time it is. I think I am still going to cook dinner though, because even if they don't eat dinner tonight, we can eat it tomorrow. Because I already took the meat out, so I am. She said, "What you say, Kel?" You say, "No, don't go. It's getting good." Yeah, well, I can cook tomorrow too. I can definitely cook tomorrow because we got food, already made too. Um, well, let's see what we can talk about now because we done already talked about the baby. So I'm just going to continue to pray that the babies, are good for you, good for you. Um, I pray, I really do, you guys. I really, really, really pray for these. Okay, I'll check it out. Pray for these mothers, these YouTube moms that are on the platform and making their living. And I'm telling you, I pray that they will continue to get thousands more of subscribers so that if this is their only form of income, that they will be able to raise their children and take care of their children with just that. Because technically, It's not about the moms. It is definitely about the children, because guess what? The moms can go anywhere and take care of themselves. Oh, y'all got to resituate my hiney. The moms can go anywhere and take care of themselves. You saw her video? Yeah. They can go anywhere and take care of themselves, but the babies are still relying on, the parents and you know what? I didn't even see that one. But I'm going to tell you what I said, Kale. When I looked at it before I got on this live, I was like, I got to listen to this and do a reaction. Because one thing I can say is this. I don't know what the thing looks like in Vegas. I don't know how they're going on with all this stuff. I do know that Texas is better. It's, you know what I'm saying when I say better. When I say better, I mean my daughter lives there, and I don't believe they're yet on lockdown. I might be wrong, but I don't believe they're on lockdown. But I just don't think I would be taking my children from state to state to state in this mess. No, ma'am. But I guess she has to do what it is that she has to do so that she can have stability for them. As I was saying earlier today in this live, the cost of living in Texas is a lot cheaper than the cost of living in Vegas. Okay, that's what I thought. My daughter is in Texas too, and yeah, she told me. She said they haven't done a lockdown. What? You say you wish he would come back to North Carolina? Let me tell you something. My daughter, um, moved to Texas last year. This time last year. When she moved, my grandson was 3, almost 3, and my granddaughter was 8 months. No, little baby. Now, yes, I miss him. Oh, 6'6". Wow, he's tall. So I wish my daughter would move back here too, because I miss my grandbabies. I do. I miss them so much. And let me tell you, we all have iPhones, and whenever I call, that's all you hear. Hi, grandmommy. Hi, grandmommy. What you doing, grandmommy? I want to see my grandmommy. That's all you hear. She could be talking. That's all you hear, because he don't get to see me often. But yeah, I miss my little poos. They so cute. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, y'all, as I was saying earlier too, just love on your folks, love on your folks, love on your family members, love on your spouse, your significant other, your children. Because one thing oh girl, my grandbabies, oh, they are so adorable. They are so adorable. And I mean, I think every grandmother or grandparent would say that, but they're so adorable. They're so adorable. And he has this, if you look at my lip has this little pucker right here. He got the pucker lip just like his grandmommy. That's the only thing he got like me, because he looked like his mom and his daddy for sure. But I read, like I said, y'all, I do a lot of reading. I read on the internet that there was a guy in, where was he at? I can't remember the state he was in, but he lost 2 sisters to this mess. 2. I think he was in New York. He lost one, and she was encouraging the other one, telling her, stay in the hospital, because one of them wanted to leave the hospital. She was like, no, stay in the hospital. You need to stay in the hospital. 2 days later, look at Darlene. I didn't know you were still in here, darling. 2 days later, she was being rushed to the hospital, but he lost 2 sisters to this little bug. I hate to say bug because bugs don't kill people, but whatever this rigmarole they got going on is. Oh, look at me. I got the nerve. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm sitting up here yawning like I didn't sleep. I slept so good last night. And then yesterday, me and my husband took a nap. And he said he looked over at me. This arm was all folded. And if my arm is folded and I got that little pillow, I'm sleeping real good. I was sleeping good. I slept so good last night. So I don't know why I'm yawning at all. But yeah, y'all. I tell you, we live in a world today that needs some prayer. So put them prayers up. I know, ain't that sad? Two sisters. And you know, I have one brother. Well, I have more than one brother, but I have one brother. I don't want to say that, so I'm not going to say that. I have one brother that I was raised with, okay? And he is the best brother ever. He's the youngest. It's 3 girls and 1 boy. And he and his family live in Washington. And I have been trying to get in touch with him because, you know, Washington got this crap going on big time. Everything was closed down very early on. But I've been trying to get in touch with him. Everyone needs to pray. Oh my gosh. You know what? Honey, there's some smart people on this YouTube. Kel, you said it. He's sick of us. You know what I told somebody? And I'm sure you guys probably have heard this, but I'm going to say this. He said, if you won't do right by me, I'll close down the places that you go to work to make your money. If you don't do right by me, I'll limit the things that you can buy. If you don't do right by me, I will make sure that you can't go out and about freely as you used to. He tired of us. Exactly. You are exactly right. But you know what? People ain't getting it. They ain't getting it. It came like a thief in the night. Wasn't even prepared for it. Girl, stop it. You telling the truth? Wasn't even prepared for it. Didn't even imagine. You know what? There was an incident that I had spoke on a while back. Like a thief in the night, he sure did. And no warning. Let me tell you guys, when this first happened, okay? Don't be saying that because you know what? Do you know I'm a minister? She talking about preach, Carol. Do you know that when this first came out, when this first mess started happening, right? Do y'all know? This was my thought. Oh, it'll pass. All of a sudden, schools start closing. But one day I was laying in a bed. One day, if not last week, it was the week before last. And I shared this with my husband. I said, he didn't close up schools. The kids can't go and get an education freely, which affects. Can't even use it. Can't even use it. And you know what it is? People are running scared. Okay? They're running scared. They're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and buy everything that it is I need. Let me explain something to you. Not to you guys or anybody particularly, but just the world in general. You can buy all the tissue you need. But if God want to shut the tissue makers down, he going to shut them down. And then what you going to do? People better wake up. It's time to wake up. You know what? I know y'all remember this. Our grandparents and our parents saying, these are the last days. The book of Revelation and all that. We right up in it. We're right up in it. I was telling my husband, I said, you know what? I remember when they said that when I was 15. I don't remember schools being closed when I was 15 or 13, 14. I don't remember this at all. But he said in the Bible that if we won't praise him, the rocks will cry out for him. So if we keep on messing around and being disobedient, this is just a warning. This is just a warning. This ain't nothing but a plague. Y'all know about all them plagues and stuff. I got to take these bracelets out. They getting on my nerves. Y'all remember all the plagues and stuff that went on in the Bible, in the biblical days. This ain't nothing but a plague. This ain't nothing but a plague. And it ain't nothing to scare you. It's a warning. It's a warning because he wants us to know that he's in control. I had Bible study with my mother-in-law last week about yes, indeed. This is some real seriousness. God wants us to know that he is in control. I'm going to say just like that pastor said on this morning, everything. Wake up, people. Exactly. You think, I was telling my husband, I said, you think you can wear the finest threads? You think that you can walk around or drive around in the finest car? You can go to work and do whatever because some people have jobs where they can work overtime without limits. Can't do it now. Everywhere we go and everything we do, we're going to have to answer to somebody. Okay? Period. And it's so crazy because you know what? You hear about this, this illness, and then everybody wants to go out and buy everything. Okay, you don't want to go, girl. Look, let me tell you something, darling. Hunty. Because, honey, if you don't want to talk about the Lord, wrong channel. Because I'm going to tell you, he ain't got to worry. I said worry, not worry. He ain't got to worry about no rocks crying out on my behalf. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give it up for him 24/7. God has been good to me. Woo! And you know what? In the midst of even all this, in the midst of all of this stuff that's going around, I have a right to praise him. I have a right to praise him. And because you know what? This is only temporal. It's only temporal, meaning it's only temporarily. It's going to pass. Like I said in the beginning of this chat, it's going to pass when he say it is. See, those of us that know the Lord and know about the plans and all the things that he has for us, reading our Bible, praying, fasting, doing all the things that he's asked us to do or commanded us to do, look at me getting tongue-tied. Those of us that know that and continue to walk in obedience, we don't have to walk in fear. Go on, Kel. Seriously, we don't have, you know what? There's a song. I have no reason. I have no reason to fear. None. Because guess what? It ain't nothing that man can do that God will allow. God is going, oh, thank you, Maggie. Thank you so much. It's, you guys, and it's a really, 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 really good thing that a lot of us are knowledgeable. A lot of us know. But the really sad thing is a lot of us don't. A lot of people don't. So when you go to bed tonight, that's why I said, love on your family, love on your friends, love on your neighbor. Even if you got to love on your neighbor by saying hi, because, we got to keep that 6 feet. Loving on your neighbor means praying for them. Though I do reaction videos, I pray for my YouTube family. I pray for y'all, every last one of you. I may not say, Lord bless, thank you, bless Darlene, bless, Sofa Time, or by name, But all of those, let me tell you what I always say. Bless each and every person that has a connection to me. And that connection could be on Facebook. That connection can be on Twitter. That connection can be on YouTube. God knows the connections. We don't have to inform him of our connections because he already knows. So when you bless me and the connections that I have with others, he will do just that. I have no reason to fear. I'm not worried that they running out of newspaper because I'm gonna be real with y'all, okay? Like I told my husband, these people acting like they don't know what to do if newspaper run out. I do, and I ain't gonna say what to do, but I hope that most of y'all know. We cannot be living in this world and allowing the things of this world to take us on a tangent and lose our mind. Hence one of the reasons. He said that we are in this world, but we are not of it. And this is just the start. This is, remember the man in the Bible. Stored up everything. Thought he was going to be, and you know what? You know what? First of all, you don't need to have, why have more than enough? Why have more than enough? That passed by me, Kale. I'm sorry. Y'all, folks need to get it together. We got to get it together. And, those of us that know, we're no better than you. We're just enlightened. We're just enlightened. The more I think about, look, she'd say her mic. You know what? I was going to put on my mic tonight too, but I didn't need it. Our ancestors. I was just about to say that. Okay, so since you said that, I was like, y'all sitting up here worried about toilet paper. If you don't go on and get you a rag and put some soap on that thing, trust me, they can run out of toilet paper if they want to. I'm not going to be without. First of all, he said he shall supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory. Okay, that's what he said. And I believe everything that he says. Everything. My God is a God that he should not lie. So y'all, I'm telling you, it is a lot of stuff going on. It is. I'm serious. I look. Me and my husband were talking a little earlier before I got on this live, and one of my prayers had been, at the beginning of this year, was, Lord, when you speak to me, also speak to my husband and keep us on that one accord. Because when you marry, the Bible says you're one. So we had a situation today in which the Lord told him something, laid on my heart, and also laid on his heart. But I didn't immediately come out and say anything. So he was talking to me. Y'all finna have me shouting up in him. In the days of famine, we shall be fed. Yes, because guess what? I'm telling you, I am in need of nothing. Nothing. I'm in good health. I mean, during all of this stuff that they got going on out there, most of the time, during this time of the year, I'm doing this, because of my allergies and the asthma and stuff. But you know what? You stay your hips in the house like you're supposed to. Like you're supposed to with all this going on, you're going to be all right. And I'm fine. I feel 100%. I don't have an ache or pain. I mean, I got my other, my little aches, but anything associated or connected to that, I ain't got nothing to do with that out there. Honestly, I thank God that a lot of stuff is closed up, because if a lot of stuff remain closed up, we save money. Because I told y'all I like to shop. I remember last week we went to my husband and we went to Walmart, and when we drove up there, so it's this it's a you can turn in a couple of ways into our, like most Walmarts. Well, one way that we were going to turn in, it was so many, it was back to back cars, and he was like, "Oh man, oh y'all know what, I'm tripping. I got these glasses right here and struggling to read." Freezer and fridge. I seen freezer. Okay, I'm gonna keep these on so I can see. Y'all see these cute little glasses? Ain't they cute? 99 cents though, y'all. I think. No, 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 no. These are from my little Mexican dollar store. They're reading glasses. But yeah, God is taking care of this here household. He is a good God. He is a good God. Yes, he is. I sound like my grandma. Sound like my grandmother now. But we do. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. We need to wisen up. We need to realize that it's going to pass. You know, unfortunately, there are a lot of people in the world today who are looking at this and just stuck in fear. They're stuck in fear because they don't know the outcome. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know. You better read your Bible. You better read your Bible and pray, because that's the only thing to, because guess what? It'll pass. It's definitely going to pass. The Bible says this too shall pass, but guess what? Something else gonna come along. Get your life right. Have your life right with the Lord. And if you have your life right with the Lord, when these types of things come about, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about needing food or needing the necessities of life. But like I said, people think if they have this, that having this is going to be able to fix everything. No, it's not. Because now some of y'all can't even make this. You know what, Kale? It'll go away. You're right, but it's going to come back. Exactly. You know what I also read? I also read that, I wonder how much battery I got. I also read that some places were saying, "Yo, I'm finna be, you know what? I want to know how much battery I got. It should have charged up. Okay, I'm unplugging y'all. I'm finna go over here to this kitchen. It's gonna disappear and reappear again, then be totally gone." You know what? I believe that. I believe that. I definitely do. I believe it. Because, y'all, I'm going in another room. I believe it because, here we go. Because, what was I going to say? I believe that's going to happen. I definitely believe it. I believe it's gonna go and come, leave and then come back. I believe it. I'm in the kitchen, y'all. I'm in the kitchen. I believe it, sure do. And then it's sad. It's just sad that folks is what. Lord, I thought, oh Lord, I'm trying to get a bell pepper. And then everybody is trying to get, I'm fixing this up, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna have to look at my chest. This is, I'm finna put my face on it. There we go. The thing about it is, folks are thinking that it's only temporary. They're thinking it's only temporary. And I've even heard some stuff. I've even heard some people say that the government put it here. I read something the other day that they're taking airplanes and bringing it here, spraying. Did y'all hear about earlier today? Did y'all hear earlier today about, I'm washing stuff, y'all, so if I step away, I'm coming back. Did y'all hear about the plane in the Philippines? I want to see if anybody heard about that. There was a plane in the Philippines that let me push this back because my face looks straight 3D. There was a plane in the Philippines, right? And okay. So the plane in the Philippines had been, because they're quarantined there too. And so what the plane had been doing was going to the Philippines and assisting with the virus. I want y'all to know that plane crashed. Okay, what did it do? The plane crashed, caught a fire. All people on board, I think they said it was like 8 or 9 people, gone. I told my husband when I read that, I said, it's a message. This thing right here, right, it's a message in this. We got to get it right. God is sick of us. He is sick of people. And see, the thing about it is, I know folks still ain't on us coming from the daggone monkeys. I know they not still on that. I know people got to know that God is real. I know they got to know God is real. Ain't nowhere in the world people still thinking that we didn't came from monkeys. And not only African Americans. It's some people that think that we didn't evolve from the monkey, period. Which is dumb as I don't know what. Because how could we come from the monkey, but women can get pregnant and have babies? That don't even make sense. That don't make no sense. So I don't know. I just, all I know is this. I want to stay on the right path. I want to make sure that, I'm kind and loving to people and that I'm helpful where I can be, and that's just my plan. That's just my plan. And you know what I have to realize, and this is the hardest thing for me, and my husband has tried to reiterate this to me several times before. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Sometimes I'll be looking and I'll be like, well, what happened? Not that I think I'm perfect, but what did I say? Because like I said, I told you guys before, when I do my reaction videos, you guys, it's never from a malicious intent. Never, ever, ever am I coming from a malicious intent. But sometimes I'll be like, why did they say that? It's because people don't get it. People don't always get it. Sometimes people are so caught up in their own thing and so caught up in the blindness of other people that they can't even see the truth. And I think too, sometimes people know where you're coming from, but to make you out to be a bad person or to look like the person that they think you are, they want to come at you. That's why I have to constantly tell myself, don't be paying these people no mind. Because anybody that could sit up and watch crazy darn videos of crazy stuff all the time, it's something wrong with them. It's something wrong with... And there is nobody in this world that constantly always have ill will or bad with them all the time. All the time with their landlord. All the time with paying their bills. No. You got to have some good times. My God. So, I don't know. I don't always understand the things of this world. I really don't. I don't always understand the things of this world. And that's why I thank God for the gift of prayer, because I tell you, just like the Bible tells us not to lean to our own understanding, many of us would, and I would be one of them many, trying to lean to my own understanding, trying to understand why this is going this way or why it's going that way, when it's not even worth it to do that. Instead, just pray and trust that God will bring us out of it and bring us through this stuff. Because honestly and truly, the only one that's going to be able to get us through this and get us out of this is the Lord. I don't care what nobody say. He is the only one that's going to be able to get us through this. I don't care about no stimulus check. I don't care about no doing well to your neighbors or to any, none of that. Ain't none of that going to get us through this. The only person that's going to get us through this, or the only being, is the Lord. He's the only one. He's the only one. that's going to get us through this. So, and you're right, Kel. I wholeheartedly believe you that it's going to come back, because you know what? You know what was really ironic to me? And I wonder, have you guys, I'm sure you guys are not numb knuckles. You guys are smart. And I'm sure you guys have thought this. Have you guys really, because I got to thinking this about 2 days ago. Why are a lot of celebrities coming down with this? Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that every time you look up within the last couple of weeks, it's another celebrity that got it? Idris Elba. What about the guy? Did y'all know about what's his name? Trevor Noah. Do y'all know Trevor Noah? Trevor Noah was actually he was a correspondent, a news correspondent on one of those big news channels, and he was he's a news correspondent on one of those big news channels, and he actually had spoke a lot of news. Yes, that's what I'm saying. He actually had done a what was it? He had done like a little speech on it. He had talked about the situation, and when he talked about it, he was talking about ways of I don't know if he was talking about ways of curing it, or if he was talking about ways of preventing the spread of it. And y'all know what? 4 days later, he was gone. I just read that there was a country star, not Kenny Rogers, but there was a country singer this morning that passed away from it, 61 years old. I don't understand it. Well, yes, I do. I understand what's going on. God is tired of it. He really is. He is just tired of all this nonsense that people keep finding themselves in. And the thing about it is, people, you have the atheists, you have the unbelievers, you have the people who think they don't need God. But how many of y'all on this live know that when people, excuse me, y'all, when people find themselves in the China, it sure did. And guess what? The one who exposed all this passed away. He was an ophthalmologist. And what happened was he told the authorities in China about it. He forewarned them. They called him a whistleblower about the disease. But what happened was he told them about it. He was doing a surgery on this woman. I guess because he was an ophthalmologist, an eye doctor, and he was doing the surgery. He had scheduled surgery for this lady, one of his patients. And when he scheduled the surgery for her, he told her he was supposed to do the surgery, right? He did. I believe he did the surgery, and then found out after he did the surgery on her that he too was infected. Now, this is a man with a wife, and he has a newborn baby. I think the baby is 4 months, 3 or 4 months. So this is a man who tried to tell the Chinese government and Chinese authorities about it, but do you know what they said? You know what they did to him? Instead of them taking and trying to let the people of the world know what was going on, guess what they did? They went and found him at his workplace. They arrested him. They told him that they didn't want him to talk about it, to stop speaking on it. He stopped speaking on it. Either he was going to have to stop speaking on it, or he was going to be imprisoned. And he had to sign a letter. So he signed the letter so that he could go back to work, obviously, and take care of his family. The man passed away, I think, some weeks later from it. I just don't understand the hush hush of it. You know what I mean? You see, you must have seen that too. It's crazy. And that man got a new. He has. I think he had. He has two. He had a young wife, and he has a 4-month-old baby. And I think his other child was like 2 years old. Crazy, 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 crazy. It's a mess. This whole thing with this situation is a mess. It really, really is. And we just have to be wise about it. We really do. We have to be wise about it and knowledgeable, about it. And just, like I said, when you go out and about, keep yourself safe, If you don't have if you, unlike Kale, and don't have, a whole bunch of masks, because Kale be going outside with three masks on, I think. 3 of them on at a time. My husband and I actually ordered one. There's a lady, like I said, on Facebook who is making them, and she's selling them. And when I get it, I'm washing it. Yeah, I sure am. And I'm going to, wash it when I get it. But it's just it's a cloth one, and I'm going to probably keep that thing on for a while, because I'm sorry. And you guys know what? Making some tomorrow. Got myself. Yes, you should. You definitely should. That lady said she got so many people contacting her, because guess what? It's coming back. It's not, even when the flu is here, okay? Even when the flu is here, like, okay, you know how you have them situations where the stomach virus will come, and then it'll go, you might get it, and then it'll go away. And then in the summertime, somebody says to you, yeah, girl, I don't know. I don't know if I ate something or whatever, but my stomach just haven't been the same. That's the same thing that's going to happen. That thing ain't going to completely go away. No, ma'am. It is not. Okay, I'm going to cut that up. Look like I need some more onion. I think so. Yeah, it's not. It definitely is not going to completely go away. That's the truth. It's not. And like I said, I keep thinking, I don't know why my mind keeps telling me that this is something that they just introduced to us. Something that they didn't just, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that, but that's how I feel. I speak from my spirit. If I feel like, it's something that they didn't just introduce or gave to us, I'm going to say it. And that's what I feel like. I feel like these folks, what in the world? I feel like they know exactly what they're doing. They know. All of them. And then the crazy thing about it, even the, Lord, I got to go back out. I should have got that big old thing of garlic powder. Even the, excuse me, the people in the White House. Look at all the people in the White House that's coming down with the crud. That's crazy. It is crazy. Y'all, for real though, I'm going to have to get off here. Kale, you is not going to talk me into it no more. Because you know why? I'm making this meatloaf. And I got to put my hands in the stuff so that I can mix it up. And I don't think y'all want to see my ugly faces that I make when I be doing that. But with that being said, I'll probably be back on here on tomorrow, because we have had us some hours of great conversation. And like I always say to you guys, thank you to each and every person that came into my, good night. To each and every person that came into my live, thank you. I appreciate you all. I love you all so much, and I genuinely do love you guys. And what I'll do is I'm not going to put a message up that I'm going to do my live. What I'm going to do is tomorrow, just before I go on a live like I did today, what I did today is 5 minutes before I just said I was going to do a live. And I think because we're all home, most of us are home right now, I'll probably be doing the lives more often, just so we can connect with each other and check in on each other and see how everybody is doing. Check on, those that still have babies, make sure everything is, going good with them, and just connect. I think that's a good thing for us all to do, during this time. Well, it has been a sure pleasure. Thank you so much to, I believe the last 3 people I had in here was Maggie, I believe Maggie J. If it ain't cheap, I ain't buying it. And Darlene Foreman. Thank you guys for hanging out with me so long. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to all of my new subscribers that came into the live and made themselves known, welcome and thank you so much. But I'll be back online on tomorrow. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged. And remember, lift up a prayer tonight for somebody who is in the need of prayer. And we all are. I'll talk to you all real soon. I love each and every one of you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.